Okay, welcome back to Mythic Odyssey of Theros. Session 4. I wonder who's going to die this week.
Maybe.
Well, with that, what do you remember from the previous sessions? Has anyone gone back and watched the videos that I've been trying to save? Whoops.
Many things. Great battle happened last week as we nobly fought the Kotobla Pass. And one person in the party got what was going on.
Yeah, had a party brain fart for that one.
Well, I choose I had willful ignorance of it. I was just really enjoying stabbing that great big cow monster. It was great.
It's juice.
Heard of Bleepus?
The good old Cataplepus, yeah.
That thing was weird.
It was
juice
weird.
from it. I don't know what it does.
But before you did that, you did find a nice, clean, crisp river with a naiad taking a shower under a waterfall, who asked you some truthful questions, or at least questions looking for truthful answers. And sure enough, a few of you actually answered it, and a few of you didn't. Those that answered correctly and got went under the waterfall got bonus story points, and those that didn't. There was also the minor incident of the eelhound getting bonked and running away. Turns out fishing by battering the water over and over again may not make you the most friends with the creatures in that water.
But I found a fish.
You did theoretically find a fish. And yes, from there you went to a farm that had been cursed. One of their cattle had turned into a Cataplepus. In fact, all of them had, but only one was left by the time you got there. And after poking it from long range and it breaking down the fencing to come and beat you up, you decided, let's just keep killing this thing that keeps coming back from the dead, because surely it'll stick one of these times.
I think one more campfire would have done it, honestly.
Yeah, I think you were close.
One more.
I think you were close. Determination's the key. Sisyphus isn't a Greek hero anyway. But Dios was on point, knowing that to deal with the curse, you don't need to just keep battering the symptoms, you need to actually remove the curse. And sure enough, after entreating his god with the power of the day, you managed to release the farmers from their curse by finding the remains of a sacred animal, sacred hare of Nylea, and restoring some magic to it as it ran away. And the cow, or the Cataplepus, turned back into a cow, and that's where we left it. You had a long rest, you leveled up to level 4. Some pets were either buried or turned into rations that night because, well, their farmers were slowly starving to death, so they didn't have anything. And that's where we left off. So, as this is your moment to take your long rest, this is the time to check your divine agendas. If you want to change what epithet you've got attached, or any of your abilities that change or update on a long rest, best to do that now. Before, tell me where you want to go. If you want to continue on the path down to Hunter's Crossing, head off somewhere else, or where you want to go.
I feel like we've got to find Hunter's Crossing. We've been travelling here for so long, it would be wrong to sort of turn away now.
It seems we've just made it over halfway, so I think.
Well, you're actually you're probably closer to about here.
Hard to judge distances in Theros.
It is hard to judge distance in Theros. A path that takes you a day to travel may take you a week the next time you walk down it. It may take you an hour. It's all dependent on the whims of Theros. And definitely not based on the amount of random encounters I've got prepared for you.
Is it currently dawn?
It is currently dawn. It is the first thing in the morning.
So
Praise the dawn!
In scarily, eerily, that I'm dangerously close to following old Doop-de-doo.
Heliod.
Dawn Lord Heliod on my way. Brain blank. Although Sogeg, you don't know if he's gone to sleep prior, or he was up all night just staring at his great blade. As I hold it aloft, and I declare Wrathbringer, the bane of Akros. As he's done the thing that all cool kids do, and he's named his big sword.
I still
Or his big
preferred,
pointy stick.
was it Hemagorgia?
I did love Hemagorgia, however, unfortunately,
Someone else
maybe
came up with that, but it's
Sogeg's
not cool enough.
dangerously coming towards Heliod, but I cannot accept the blessings
Just
of the
because
Dawn
I
Lord just
came
yet.
up with it.
Dawn Lord. Ugh. Although, if you make my weapon on fire, I might come round to it.
What's everyone's passive perception? What's highest passive perception that we've got?
Can I answer that?
13.
Not mine.
Good
Yes.
answer.
Bennett is 15.
10.
Ooh. 9.
You got more than me.
So, no higher than 15? Okay.
Yeah, I got 13.
Uh,
I mean, does that mean we're bad?
That's concerning.
no, 15 is not too bad, actually, for passive perception. At least at level 4. Bennett, you were woken up a little bit earlier than everybody else. It's probably an hour or so before sunrise. You heard people passing by the farmstead. Just it sounded like a couple of horses, maybe a couple of people on foot. They were trying to keep quiet, but they weren't stealthing.
What kind of people were they?
You didn't quite catch sight of them, but by your best guess, by the sound of the amount that there were, it was a caravan of some kind. So it would be a group of people travelling in a single direction together for protection.
Well, I'm assuming we're sleeping in some sort of tent or under a bush or something.
You're in the farmstead of the farm that you helped release the
yes,
curse from.
Of course we are. I step outside and I just look around to see if there's anything that they might have dropped or anything that would give away what kind of people they are.
So you can very clearly see fresh trodden tracks, as it is mostly a dirt road. And with a passive perception of 15, I'll let you get away with spotting that, yes, something has been dropped. It seems to be a small bag of something.
And have a look.
Let's find out what's actually in there. You go ahead and find... to actually do a couple of things. You found a small bag of 20 gold pieces.
One.
Seems to be a little leather pouch. Would have been essentially on somebody's hip, or sort of tied up somewhere. Little more cloth than leather, I'd say. That'll have likely just fallen off. You can see that it's quite frayed, the fabric.
Well, I mean, I'm guessing there's no use chasing after them, so I just put that in my pocket.
Okay. So, are you letting your party know what you found or anything like that, or are you just pretending you're an
No,
early
I'll-
riser and hoping for the best?
Yeah, for now I'll let them know that people went past. I'm not going to say anything about the gold just yet.
Fair.
Recoup those gambling losses.
Respectable.
I was realising that last week, where it's like, not really made any money at all yet, have you? You've just been losing it.
Who
Still
needs money?
dirt poor.
Got free gold and a
So-
dream.
You lost so much gold.
Damn it.
Morning's come. You've woken yourselves up. said your morning prayers to whoever you wish to say your morning prayers to. Typically, it would be Heliod, although that is down to personal opinions, I guess. And it is very obvious that there is recent tracks, but it's also one of the major roads of Theros. It's not uncommon to pass people by going the opposite direction. Where would you like to go? Would you like to continue following your path down to Hunter's Crossing, or would you like to double back, head back to Listies for some reason? Or maybe wander into the wilds? Who knows?
Quite like Listies.
Sounds great.
Head down to
I think
Hunter's
we've got to
Crossing.
go to Hunter's Crossing, yeah.
So, yeah, you continue walking down the beautiful, endless plains of Theros, occasionally poking into bushes, looking for squirrels, feeding the party the occasional snack, mainly to try and avoid the snacks that Skirts have made with their new chef feet. So yeah, don't forget you've made those snacks. So you're walking essentially along the border of the Nessian Woods. As you pass a little bit further down, let's drop you onto the next map. Let's go on a nice forest edge encounter. There you go.
I don't like it's called Encounter.
Well, all of them are called encounters because it turns out you're encountering stuff here.
Sogeg likes an empty plane.
Shiny.
Ooh.
So, you wander your way down. Some of the trees further into the Nessian Wood are very distinctly magical, and it seems that these have come a bit closer to the edge than they would typically be. You can see your typical foxfire and similar sparkling around, as well as very distinct waystones. If you want more detail on what waystones are, it'll be a history check or a religion check. Otherwise, the only other major thing you see is a sunbathing, almost panther-looking thing on the top of a rock.
I heard of the
history
very
check.
sure.
Okay. I'd say, yeah, you would have both heard of, although Bennett would probably know a bit more detail. Waystones, in the same way as the world of Theros reacts based on the more stories are around a place. That's why landmarks and cities stay where they are, but everything else is sort of vague distances between. Waystones essentially work to help kind of shape that, so that waystones are the reason why roads stay the same place and don't just wobble and fade over time. They are typically dedicated to Crufix, god of horizons, as he's known as the one to sort of help kind of shape this kind of chaos. They are very, very sacred. Put it that way.
Cool. I'll,
We should probably leave offering.
I'm just going to step forward and just make a very bold statement through my body language that I will take the lead here.
Is
I
everyone
will
else falling behind in step? Or?
humble nod. I instruct Pogeg to give aid to mighty Dios.
This means biting me.
You just
may end
see
up
a Sogeg look up at you, longing, almost as if it can just smell the snacks in your pocket.
Well, as long as he doesn't bite me, he's more than welcome to stay next to me. Do I recognise the creature that's on the rock at all?
Make a nature check for me.
That's not going to be very good.
It's a very pretty creature. Look at him. Got a crit in some sense.
At the very least, I'll give you this. As for the artwork of it.
Oh, it's not a little troll creature.
It's a cat.
uh,
Disappointed.
it's an oddly coloured cat. that at first glance, just from its body language, or at least sort of body shape, seems to be a panther of some kind. But as you do step in closer, you can see that mouth is way more human. Almost a wide, comfortable grin as it's just sort of eyes half open, basking in the sunlight in the morning sun. Anybody else want to have an attempt at working out what it is?
Scuts will raise a hand over her eyes and squint at it.
Go ahead to make a nature check if you want to try and determine what this creature is. Okay. Can show off.
Wowee.
Okay.
There's the first and only nat 20 of the night.
Fucking right. So you wouldn't have had advantage, but fucking hell. Okay.
Double crit.
You'll have left advantage on from attacking previously. It is a Cotboyan, a intelligent fae, known for essentially their innate knowledge of stories more than anything else. You've definitely heard of these. You've probably met a few of these back home with Granny, as she'll have definitely spoken to a few of them. They've probably sung you to sleep quite a few times, as that is a common thing to find from them. They are very well known for giving lullabies that give you a very, very peaceful sleep, even if it's not a fully willing sleep. But you've also heard that you've got to be careful with what stories it tells you, because there is always magic in its stories, and they could have either positive or negative effects, and it's always hard to tell, because they are, at the end of the day, fae, are tricksy little buggers. Yeah, you'll have probably interacted with at least one Cotboyan back at home with Granny.
While everyone's looking at the cat creature, could Sogeg just start to wander off in the general direction of the Waystone?
You certainly can.
You just sort of go this direction.
Is the Waystone this?
I believe it's
yes,
the,
all
well,
of the magical stones are waystones. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm more interested in the beast, though.
That's
Beasts are all just walking pus bags to me. I have no interest.
So, if it's
That's
just so
walking
good going
past
for the waystones, I think we can get through that a little bit quicker. So, okay. So, okay.
Yes, that'll be quite quickly now.
What do you want to do with this?
Wander over.
waystone?
I point to Pogeg and I say, Pogeg, find me a fine offering. As I ask Pogeg to potentially find me a little rat or nearby critter.
Have it make a perception check for me.
Perception is wisdom, right?
It's wisdom, yes.
Am I correct in saying that? Yes. I'll just double check. Perception, yep, I've got a +4 on this.
Okay, I guess it's just one of those days today.
It's one of those days.
Well, we know Roll20 gets in
things to
these
waste
kinds
a
of
crit
moods. So, with its snake-like senses, I'm trying to think of what typical ones are going to be able to taste the air and detect heat sources. There is a distinct and immediately recognizable markings of blood on this tree.
Ooh. Pogeg will slink up to the tree and look to the marks of blood and peer in the direction to which the blood is dripping, perhaps, or streaking from.
It would see, peeking around the other side of the tree, a red hat wearing fellow with a long and scraggly looking beard.
Oh no. So Sogeg recognizes this. In Sogeg, in feeling for the rest of the party, I want them to join Mogis, not be against me. I will decide not to antagonize the mysterious red-hatted fellow. And I will just...
You could almost call it red capped.
I say, yeah, maybe red hat, red cap. Who knows? I call Pogeg back, as Sogeg's just going to walk up to the waystone. In humbleness, I just lean my arm over the great stone, and I pledge thanks to Mogis for guiding my way. And I'm just going to cut myself, nick myself a little bit of blood to drip onto the waystone in offering.
Roll a D100 for me. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. But other than that, nothing in particular happens.
Good. Yes, I personally, I will leave the red cap very much alone and just keep looking intently at the blood dripping on the waystone.
Is the red cap wearing bronze boots by any chance?
They are bronze boots, yes.
And where there is one, there may be many to follow. I don't want to blow up.
These ones don't look like they've been drinking demon ichor, don't worry.
I wouldn't trust a little bastard.
Greatest creatures in all of D&D. I love them.
You scare me so much.
I don't know what they are, and I don't think I want to know.
Oh, you 100%. They are the greatest things in D&D.
Yeah, whisper over to Zolk. You definitely want to shoot this little guy. Good things will happen.
You want to tame it. You can make one your companion.
I'm a big fan of the Nilbog.
Nilbogs are cool. And really annoying.
Red cat?
In the best way.
Love a Nilbog.
So, is anyone else interacting with the Waystone and the red-hatted fellow? Or are you focusing on the cat lazing about in the sun?
And it's focused on the cat, personally.
I want to interact with the cat, but I'm letting Dios take the lead on this.
Yeah. Just muckled at the end.
They've got something in common, haven't they? So.
Exactly.
And plus, you're a rat.
I'm quite interested to see the rat get mauled by the cat.
Yes.
This might be. I have no money left to bet on this, but I bet on the rat with a big warhammer.
It's a war axe, but yes.
I bet you 1 javelin. Actually, I take that bet back.
I don't think any of us actually have any use for a javelin, really.
No,
I think Scud says javelins.
I've been using them as currency to train the locals.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I won one in an arm wrestling contest there.
I mean, you throw normal stuff stronger than you would throw a javelin, so even you've got no use for it. You'd be better breaking it in half and throwing the 2 pieces.
I was actually gonna ask if I could use it or turn it into a cooking utensil.
Yeah,
Seems
I
like
guess skewers or big stirry sticks and stuff like that. Oversized chopsticks, yeah, sure.
That's such a Mogis cooking utensil. I respect it.
Sure,
Only
why
use
not?
it as a spoon.
Spoons are for the weak. I eat soup with my hands. It burns a little, but it reminds you to stay strong.
Yeah.
Dios just turns to Scott and goes, "We need to talk about what Granny did to you."
It's already got there.
You just see him put a paw over his eyes and just shake his head. Heliod, give me strength. I purposefully, proudly, stride forward to the fellow cat.
I'm
Okay.
gonna watch the hissing battle from a distance.
There's no hissing. I will very loudly, chest puffed out. Blessings of the day to you.
It starts sniffing at the air before it sort of groggily opens its eyes. Oh, I thought I could smell stories. As its mouth widens into a shockingly wide grin.
Very Cheshire Cat.
And a good morning to you as well, Dios, Plains Guide.
You know me?
Let's call it a guess. I've heard, thought, seen you. Yes. I think those are the right sort of terms, don't you think?
Dios is kind of lost for words. You don't see him get flustered very easily, but this cat has definitely got under his fur, as it were.
It sort of lazily takes a step a little bit forward and sort of hangs off the edge of this rock, looking towards you.
I'll match it and get a little closer as well.
Tell me, Dios, Plains Guide, would you like to hear a story?
Dios says, I know many stories myself. I do hope it's one I've never heard before.
Have you heard the tale of how Heliod won the war against the Titans?
Have I heard that story?
Make a history or religion check.
Neither is good.
It's another crit though, easy.
We'll go religion, I think. Guidance.
Okay.
Ooh.
We'll take it.
You've probably heard different versions of this story. As with most myth in Theros, it's a case where all stories are true, even if they actively conflict with one another, simply because of how much they are spread and how often they are told. So you will have heard various versions of how Heliod essentially sort of rallied the gods and managed to beat back the last of the Titans and forming the age where mortals can live and thrive. You've probably heard it in different variations that either paint Heliod as overzealous or maybe a bit sort of absent-minded or weak, but you probably also heard it of this is why he is king of the gods and why everybody should revere him and why the other gods just shouldn't even bother existing in the first place because, well, they didn't stop the Titans, Heliod did. So you know which one you prefer.
Yes, and I will very much proselytize towards this cat creature, saying that yes, of course I've heard the story of Heliod vanquishing the Titans. It cemented him as the leader of the Pantheon.
God, boy on. That is interesting. Then tell me if you've heard of the story of how Heliod found the sun itself.
Do I know that story?
Religion or history check?
John. Not so much.
As far as you are aware, Heliod is the sun.
Yes, and I will say, just as the sun must always rise, time is always constant. the sun just is. Heliod just is. Discovered? He is the sun.
So you believe that the world was encased in purest darkness before a single god from the final generation of gods came to be? That is not the case. Not as I know it.
And please, enlighten a young Leonin.
The sun is, as you say, in that it was always there. But the sun is not Heliod. He is simply its warden, making sure it stays where it's supposed to stay, and make sure its fires only burn so bright. You see, the sun itself is actually a titan, a bound body of a primordial entity of purest fire, the primordial entities. Heliod, in his opening act upon his creation, decided his way of taking charge would be to give that light to himself, rather than leave it in the power of something so chaotic. He brandished a spear, and with the help of a few of his other lesser gods, maybe even a few mortals, depending on who's telling the story, they managed to forge a chariot of purest gold, and with that bind the sun to pull it across the sky.
Dios sort of sits and thinks about this a moment, just processing this amongst many of the other things that he believes. And he sort of just nods sagely towards the cat creature and says, "You speak much sense. How else does the sun move in the sky every day if not connected to a chariot of some kind?"
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I need to mark a few things down. That's not the notes I need. That's the notes I need. Okay.
How badly am I affected by this?
You feel I guess sort of relieved in this new knowledge that it's helped expand your understanding of Heliod, and knowing that not only these previous stories that you've heard of him killing the last of the Titans and ushering in the Age of Mortals, but the fact that he was able to contain and control something so primordial just gives you that extra confidence in your faith.
I'm feeling especially pious.
Yes.
I just I think I'm just going to move over here and just sit down against the rocks and say very kindly to the Cotboy, "Thank you for your tale. There is much I must think on now." I'll just plonk my tush down there and just start looking through my prayer book.
It resettles on the peak of the rock and sort of takes a few loops just to find the perfect way to settle itself down before lying its head in its own paws, just sort of relaxing. Almost proud of itself. The grin never fading from its face. Would anyone else like to do anything else? Everybody would be able to hear that story. It was told in common. Would anyone like to do anything?
Yeah, Bennett's still a bit spiritually shaken by the events that he witnessed in the farmstead, so he's also curious by this. So he, this time, actually approaches the weird talking cat. Bit shy, so he doesn't like say anything initially.
Well, it's currently snoozing on the top of this rock. It's paying little attention.
And leave it be. Let sleeping cats lie.
That is the expression.
I'm not 100% sure it
Well,
is.
it's not, but that was the point. Anyone else?
Scuts is going to tromp towards the rock, kind of looking unsure but puffing herself up. I'll ask you the same as the others. Have you any idea what I am?
Its eyes go wide. You can see almost its fur stand on end before it actually sees you and then settles back down very, very quickly. Ah, you had me a little bit worried there, Scuts. As you smell strongly of the Archon sisters. And
She smells herself.
I would not quite like to get on their bad side. The stories behind them, now that's a tale.
I don't care about Granny! She's just gonna storm off. Boop.
Anyone else?
Just looking confused from the distance, like, it's just a cat. What are they all getting hot and bothered about?
No, you found the real prize.
We have. If there's a pause in the cat, can I just check? Did it look, or does it look like it's the red cat that's bleeding, or?
It does seem to be that's where the blood's come from. It seems to be the dripping from its hat, yes.
And could I have a quick scan around, see if there's more red caps?
Go ahead and make a
Particularly
perception check.
Focusing on the treetops. So I'm very good at perception. Crit, don't fail me now. Ah. Can actually have eyes.
You try to have a scan around, again looking through the treetops. There's nothing that immediately stands out to you, but your helmet does block a lot of your peripherals, so not 100% sure.
Put my helmet the wrong way round today. Damn it. I quickly spin it round so I actually have eye holes now. As I believe a spell of silence has been cast on Zolk and Nadrin. They're having a muted at the moment.
When I'm not coughing, I'll let you know.
Okay.
I've been
As
doing
expected.
push talk as well.
Yeah, I was also coughing.
So,
Um,
this is why we shouldn't have half the party play disease and poison based.
Yes. I have immunity to disease though. Damn it.
Theoretically, so does Zolk, so...
Is that? That's crazy.
I don't.
I get a feeling that though that Sogeg's disease poison is just because he's so righteous to Mogis, and Zolk's is more like he's so disease ridden that like they all can't get through the door.
That's quite
All fighting
literally
for dominance.
why it's part of being a rat folk that they can contract diseases, but they are immune to the effects of diseases. It is literally the Mr. Burns sort of has too many things wrong, therefore it doesn't do enough. They all get stuck.
I don't know about anyone else, but I'm avoiding this cat. No good comes of cats lying on rocks, as the saying goes in Akros.
I am both curious and what's the word here? It's like not quite scared of it, but don't want to interact with it.
Intimidated?
You're tentative about approaching the
There we
weird
go,
beast.
that's
Cautious?
Yes. But why be cautious when you have a war axe?
Yeah.
Hit it. Hit the creature.
No, I'm not gonna hit the cat.
Sogeg just whispers from afar. Through like a
From
cone
afar,
band.
no one can hear it, yeah.
Kill it.
This is just
Something.
We
shout
don't need to be able
whispering.
to hear
Yeah.
you to know what you want.
I'm just waving a javelin in your general direction. Do you need a javelin? I have 3.
So, Zalk, would you like to speak to the Cotboyon, or are you going to, as Bennett says, let sleeping cats lie?
I don't want to disturb it.
It is quite happily bathing in the sun.
I don't want to be disturbed by it.
It is also a very disturbing creature, that's true.
The last thing you should do is in a dark alley, like go up to the creature that's smiling intently at you. I feel like it's lesson number 1.
I'll bite on a different stick. I'm gonna go have a look at these trees.
Okay, fantastic.
No. Actually, yes. I feel less endangered if other people antagonize the red caps.
I'll give Sogeg a hand of trying to figure out what's living in these.
The puzzle of the exploding red cap.
What do you mean
Okay.
exploding?
I just point to the treetops and I say, "There's a little gnome living up there."
So make a perception check at disadvantage because it's in sunlight.
Yeah, that's the other downside of this.
Oh.
Fantastic. So, as you wander further towards the very clearly enchanted trees, you don't quite hear the distinctive heavy footfalls of those iron or bronze boots until they are right up in your face. As
How can you not hear that?
stepping out from around this tree is yet another one of these bleeding head gnome-like creatures. Have I got a handout for red caps? Let's have a look. Not quite, but I can at the very least give the image. Oh, that's not one. Copy image. There you go. A big old bronze sickle, big shiny boots, and a fabulous set of dentistry.
Or lack thereof.
As it steps up towards you, it's about the same height as you. It gives you a solid shove on the chest. It just goes, "Oi, oi! You can't go further than the passwords."
Password, you say?
Here's the password if you want to go further into the forest.
Both confused and disappointed at the demeanor of this little bastard. Um,
Come on!
how are you expecting me to know a password?
Because you're waltzing in like you fucking own the place. Tell me the password or fuck off.
You know I don't own this place,
Yeah,
bitch.
well,
Tell you what. Do you want to know the password?
Go on.
Do a flip.
Sure.
Make an acrobatics check.
Yes.
So, you brace yourself and jump, only to slip on a bit of blood from the Redcap's hat and faceplant into the ground. And he just bursts out laughing. That wasn't the password. Password's this. And he holds his finger out towards you.
I am not touching your
can I
finger, mate.
can I respond at all to this,
Don't pull his finger.
or is this
You
happening
can
too quick for
respond if you
Sogeg?
want to. You can sit and
As
watch.
Sogeg, almost proud of himself, I think this is the first time that I can respond to the idiot killing themselves. As Sogeg strides forward and he's trying to puff himself up, look as large as possible and as menacing, as in, oh no, I've moved to bloodthirsty, damn. As
Big rip.
Sogeg forgets that he's not pompous anymore. Instead, I'm just going to walk up in an intimidating sort of fashion and sort of shout out, "Do you not know who we are, little Redcap?" Trying to intimidate him.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Come on, crit.
Okay. Sure
Appreciate
enough.
the measurements.
As you stomp around making yourself known, the previous Redcap that you were interacting with does sort of peek out, but upon this sort of declaration of strength, they do kind of freeze up for a moment.
I'm going to follow up and yell out, "Do not pledge yourself to mighty Mogis, you little vermin." Just trying to be a douche to him. See who they sided with.
Go ahead and make either an intimidation or persuasion check.
Oh, I'm intimidating. All the way.
Okay. So, the one that was definitely going to give the password to Zolk at some point does sort of shrink back a little bit. But the one that spotted you before... Fucking hell. So it is true. Are you actually one of Mogus's ones? Whoa. He clumps up towards you and starts sort of poking and touching at some of your legs.
I will spin around to meet his gaze, and on my finely adorned hand with my signet ring, I sort of offer the signet ring to him to kiss, to show his his worth.
Okay.
Kiss it.
That's going to go well.
Yes.
Okay.
I accept many a thing. If he pisses on it, I'll say that it's.
So, let's have a look. It'll be... So, it moves in, looking very much like it's going to kiss your ring. So it tries to bite your finger off. As you take 3 points of piercing damage.
I'm going to throttle him.
Okay.
I would like to grapple.
It's not enough damage to bite your finger off clean, so he's just sort of... He's drawn blood,
Yes.
but he's not bitten it off.
I wish to throttle the little creature.
Okay. Make a strength check at advantage because you are well more than a size larger than him.
This is going to be so
And
embarrassing.
this is at
please.
disadvantage because it's a size
kind of
2 sizes
embarrassing.
smaller. So, yep.
Thank
sure
them.
enough.
Oh,
You grab the little bastard by the neck.
as I squeeze.
Oh, actually, no. While grappling, it's considered to be a size medium, so no, it wouldn't have been at disadvantage. So it does manage to backstep just as you reach out, as it grins with its mouth still covered in your blood.
Of interest, you know where my token has gone?
Wait, what?
I mean, your token's still on the map. I don't know whether or not Roll20 is just being Roll20 for you.
I have cast invisibility. Why, you Sogeg? Okay. I can see everyone else's token but my own, and I can even move Pogeg.
Oh, weird.
Very interesting. I
That's a
look
new
to
one.
him, and I'll say, I will not. I'm not going to do the aggression, but I will use one charge of Wrathful Smite to give me, as you see, my mighty blade glow red.
Oh, right. I
As
thought you were
I
going to
will
use
give
it on
him.
your signet ring and bloody pimp slap him. Smite
I'm
him,
going to
pimp
use it
slap.
just to because it comes with the best extra with my Mogus abilities that it makes my stuff glow red like blood. And I just look at him and I say, what would I say? Just generally growl in his general direction and hope that he buggers off.
Make an intimidation check at advantage because you've adding the smite bonus.
As my eyes glow red.
It seems to be having the opposite effect in that they're not so much terrified of you as they are enamored with you.
Oh, I take it. I blush slightly. It's like, no, I'm not that scary. No.
As this one that you had intimidated before that was pulling its handful of pranks on Zolk steps forward and offers you its hat.
If this is how I die, so be it. As I will take the hat as an offering. I'm fairly used to offerings as that of royal birth.
As
It's a
soon as
position
you
of privilege.
do, it just breaks and runs away, sort of giggling to itself before diving into the trees. Mark down that you've got a red cap.
I'm gonna explode, is it?
Normally, I would be concerned about this, but I am of royal blood. The lesser commoners usually give me fine gifts. I'm not going to put it on quite yet. I summon Pogeg Shitfasto, and I say, a fine hat for you, Pogeg. I'm going to put the red cap hat on Pogeg.
Okay.
Does he blow up?
He doesn't blow up. He has a
Yay!
very drippy hat.
Ooh. Does it look cool on Pogeg? I give it to the left-hand head.
It does. It surprisingly fits, almost like it reshapes to fit him.
Pogeg. It suits you as a lesser commoner, Pogeg. But never worry. When I burn Akros, I'll have a fine seat of power for you. And I beckon Pogeg back into my pocket. And I'll just sort of wander pompously down to the south towards the next rock.
The other red cap's just sort of staring in magnificence at you.
I ignore the other one. The other one somehow dodged my grapple and almost trying to save face. I'm just going to ignore him. As if he's too lesser to me. Too lesser.
So, while this shenanigans with
Rerolled.
Sogeg and his new minions, what would everyone else like to do?
I'm still pouring through my prayer book, trying to make sense of the stories that were told to me.
Red cap hat. Ooh, got my token back. Handy.
Mark down that I've actually given you a red cap.
Yes.
Okay. So, is there anything else anyone would like to do, or would you like to continue on down the road?
I think we've unearthed the mysteries.
I think we should keep going.
More people should talk to the cat.
I don't want to talk to the cat. The
Talk to the cat.
cat is
But it-
scary.
Bennett is curious about the cat, but his
You've heard stories about curiosity in cats,
Ooh.
so
quite excited for Bennett to talk to the cat, though, just because we might get more information than Bennett does. Who this shifty man is.
Why is everyone scared of the cat? Cats are cool. Speaking as a cat.
This cat's got a nice smile.
It's got a human-y face and I don't like it.
Talk to the cat.
It's not that Bennett is scared of the cat, he's afraid of what the cat will reveal.
My experience with cats so
Wise.
far has been less than pleasant.
Good reason. Dios will stand up, dust himself off, give a very kind nod to the cat creature, and then just stride on down the road then.
The cat continues to sleep on top of the rock. Is anyone following Dios down the road, or is there other things you'd like to wrap up here?
Bennett decides just to leave it be and sets off walking.
Okay.
I'll glance to the cat, and I'll sort of do the impression with my blade across my throat towards the cat. As stories are for the weak cat. Mogis only wants blood.
I mean, it's your story that is actively giving you the bloodthirsty stuff, but okay.
The blood is the story, though. The cat uses words.
Fair.
Real stories of Mogids are written in blood and strew on the battlefield.
I've got a bad feeling of what Scott's is about today.
No, no.
Into the magic. Here you go.
Sorry, I got frustrated. What were you talking about? I want to hear about the Archons.
Well, there's a lot of stories about those that came before the gods. Do you know they were created by the blood of the Titans when it hit mortal soil? That the Archons have almost equivalent power to some of even the most mightiest champions of those of Nyx. It is odd for a wanderer to smell so strongly of a single place, or of a single individual. Your story is not quite right.
I left home?
It is unusual for a wanderer to have a home, and with an Archon of the Sisterhood, no less. Powerful
She
friends.
has sisters?
She has.
Granny never told me about her sisters.
You know the sister of the land, but the ocean and underworld lie those of equal power and all reverence. Although I will admit that the one of which you call Granny is the most divine and respectable of the three. You can see its sort of eyes dart, almost like it's expecting to be heard from that.
She's going to reach into her shirt and try to find a gift.
Okay, what gift do you pull out?
There we go.
Oh god.
Here, have this as a token of appreciation for your information. Granny used to smack me on the butt with it when I'd break stuff.
It's a fucking another tree. It's not as decorated as Scott's normal tree. It's got some very clear heavy use damage to it. But yes, there is. Its branches has already been sort of sanded off. But it is very much an entire tree trunk. just comes out of Scott's shirt.
A lovely gift.
The cat looks horrified. Before
What? You don't like it?
blinking and disappearing.
See this. This is why
Slightly
stories are
offended,
lame.
she sticks it back in her shirt. Stupid cat. She's gonna just start tromping off with everybody else.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Scats.
There we go.
Okay. This new information about Granny and finding out that she has sisters and her name's quite well known, at least by some random talking cat. Again, fills you with that similar kind of pride in yourself, or at least in the people that you know.
Just found out Granny's pretty badass. I just found out Granny's pretty badass, you guys.
You already sounded
big
it
thumbs
anyway,
up.
but yeah.
This is why the other gods are lesser, though. To rebuff such a mighty gift as Skuts has given. Disgraceful. It was a mighty tree trunk. Perhaps the mightiest.
Indeed, it was a mighty tree trunk, but it was also the tree trunk she used to beat people with, so...
It's called tree trunk.
The OG Granny stick. This is version 2. She pats her log on her side.
So, unless there's anything else you'd like to do on the forest's edge, would you like to continue down the road towards Hunter's Crossing?
Hunter's Crossing is
Okay.
abound.
So make sure
Charge.
I didn't put everyone's tokens on
Dios.
there.
Hide behind Dios.
So, I'll move you back to the map for a moment. So I definitely don't just copy and paste your tokens over to the next one.
That was a pretty successful encounter. You got some good
Yeah.
stuff out of that.
Yeah, you talked to a cat and you got given a hat, so pretty good encounter.
Can we ask for anything else?
So, the next hour or two of wandering passes without too much incident before you come to a bridge next to a large run-down fortification right again on the edge of the forest next to a it's seen better days but still quite well maintained cobblestone road. The river going past you itself is crystal clear. You can see right through to the riverbed below. You can see the fish within it. Absolutely pristine. You arrive at Hunter's Crossing.
Cool. Dios will once again. I'll take point. Lead the charge. But he's not going to move towards the bridge. He's going to go towards at the edge of the river, to the side of it,
Okay.
and he's going to, wash his mane, wash his fur, get all the dust of the road off, and refill his leather skin full of nice, clean water.
Okay.
Again, I had plans for the water before I gave it to the farmers, so having new water is good.
You have restocked your water
Yes.
and checked
Would
the
I
bridge
follow
for
suit and
trolls.
clean my trousers, Snake. And
Um,
wash Pogeg.
can I? I'd like to
In there.
do a thing.
Ominous.
I'd like to do a thing.
Very ominous.
And the rest
Can
of
I
us see
call-
this thing.
Can I call Scuts over? And Nadrin.
Okay, Scuts will
My hands rock.
Okay.
walk over curious to see what's going on.
I gesture for them to step towards the river. and I'll just plunge my hand into the water. Try and cup a little bit of water in my hand. I'll raise that water to the sky and let the sun sort of shine through it. And as I bring it back down, you see that the water is glowing slightly. And I will just pour a little bit onto Nadrin's head and a little bit onto Scuts, and then another few drops onto myself. And I'm going to cast Aid on us.
Okay.
So
Remind me again what aid does.
our hit point maximum and current hit points go up by 5.
Damn.
And that lasts 8 hours.
Yeah, that's some cleric bullshit. I like it.
Clericy bullshit. So have 5 extra hit points for the next 8 hours.
God, the barbarian as well. Okay.
That, by the way, it's not concentration, and you can heal those hit points.
Yeah, they're actual hit points. Yeah.
They are actual hit points.
You good?
So if you get into a scrap, it might just keep you alive that little bit longer. And I hate you to the least.
I see how it is.
Sogek just gives a big
Chaos.
thumb up.
I wouldn't let you wash me anyway.
Oh, we've already waterboarded the rat.
Yeah, the rat's surprisingly still clean. You could have always backtracked and gone back to that swamp and rolled around in the muck for a bit. So
I mean, I did dry him up. He did dry off in a tunnel that he made himself.
You had the dirt bath. There's still that ominous smell of wet rat.
What is it?
Yeah, dirt
coming
isn't
from?
very good as a towel. Just adds to the problem.
yeah, rats are surprisingly good swimmers.
So,
Yeah.
so as I finish pouring these drops of slightly glowy water on the heads of my compatriots, I'll just say, Heliod blesses all who walk in his light. A little of his light to carry with you. And there you go. You feel a little refreshed. Slightly stronger.
Slightly less like I'm gonna die in one hit.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a sorceress. You're supposed to be as far away from the things that can hit you as possible.
But if you do get hit,
Yeah,
you're
but
less likely to die.
it's not what a badass sorcerer does.
Plus, it's always...
Scuts. It's good.
Sorry?
Oh, I was gonna say, just hide behind Scuts. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea of the barbarian and the.
So can I hide behind Scuts as well? Poke my stick from behind.
One quarter of you can.
As long as one of my scorpion tails lives, I'm okay.
Protect your knees.
Back onto the bridge. And
Wonderful.
hang on, before I leave, I just have a quick look under the bridge. Is there a troll under it?
Make a perception check.
A good check.
As far as you can tell, no, there isn't.
Why isn't?
Good enough for me.
If there isn't one, why isn't there one?
Because this isn't Barovia, this is Theros.
I don't want a troll.
And this is a landmark bridge rather than just oh look, you stumble across a rickety bridge. I wonder what could be there.
Doesn't stop the troll from wearing a name badge and happy to help.
I mean, we kind of bullied Atlas into giving us a troll under a bridge.
You have done that before, to the point.
This is in Theros. Any story you say is true.
That
So
is
if we all
true.
just get in a circle, start jumping up and down, saying there's a troll under the bridge,
It will
It might
eventually
be a
just
troll.
has to be true.
generate a starbound troll. I mean, if you want me to put a troll into that bridge right now, I will put a troll into that bridge right now.
There is no
If you
troll
think
under
you
the
can
bridge.
take a troll, be my guest.
You've got a cleric, it'll be fine.
As we look to the other side, I know this is quite far away and there are trees in the way, but can we tell?
You would see the
perhaps
smoke
something of-
rising. Yeah.
Can we see anything of the peoples? Can we see I'm thinking what armor they're wearing, so what they're adorned by?
They seem to be in the basic chin thorax, the medium armor. So a couple metal plates, but mostly made out of thick cotton.
Do they have? Oh, sorry.
They don't seem, or the majority of them don't seem to have any colours. At least sort of traditional sort of iconography. Make a perception check for me.
I don't think they'll be.
Or in fact, no,
impressed by my
sorry. Make a
position
history
privilege.
check. Anybody trying to
Ooh.
look to see if they can find any identifiers on these people.
No. The answer is no.
Yeah, that's a big no.
People.
I'll say at the very least, there's no Acros symbols on them. Yeah, big no.
Wait, these are people. I thought they were trees. Interesting. I will assume then that they will not know of my hereditary and they will not respond to my my declaration, my scroll of pedigree. My
Yeah, you
secret.
can always try.
I'm tempted. Before we run in, I'm just going to very quickly, carefully lean my body weight into this bridge and just make sure it doesn't, collapse.
It can hold your weight.
I lean into it. It's not a shoddy made bridge.
Yeah, it's designed
I'll start
for
jumping up and down in the middle of the
horses
bridge.
to go over, so you're alright.
Very tempted to break the bridge.
I'm sure you can swim anyway, so.
gonna
Ish,
test that.
maybe. You are in heavy armour, so maybe not.
Pogeg has a swim speed, that's all that matters.
But what if you get his hat wet?
As is the decree of Mogis, if Pogeg should fell me, he becomes the next Sogeg. You gain the name of that you kill.
Oh god, a snake with a scorpion tail.
Sounds like a franchise.
Make it work.
Okay, so what are all these ruins here? I'm less interested about the people at the moment.
Make a history check.
That's a large no.
They are
Come on,
fortifications of some kind, but they're fairly irrelevant from your own studies. From what you can see about them, it's been abandoned for a very, very long period of time. Who they belonged to, why they were abandoned, you've no clue. You know full well it's not a temple of any kind. It does seem to be a military fortification. But a very, very old one.
Cool.
Archons lived here. Are the people around the fire at all aware, I'm guessing they're aware to our presence, are they reacting at all?
The two around the campfire are not. The ones dotted around are a little wary, but they're not actively calling out to you. They're just sort of keeping an eye, making sure they're not caught unawares.
I'm going to give it a go.
Let's have a
I'm
look.
going to yell out in a position of privilege. And I'm going to say, "Behold, the true Lord of Acros. Make yourselves known." Trying to gauge, essentially, what they're going to murder us, basically.
Okay. So you present your identification, or at least something that very clearly shows you as part of the divinatory of Acros. Whether it's a necklace, whether it's an actual physical scroll, whatever you end up wanting it to be. Something you couldn't really bring yourself to throw away even in exile. Mainly because you know it's useful. And at the site, one of the people around the fire does turn, sees it, and immediately gets on his feet and rushes towards you.
Yeah, you better.
Hand outstretched. In hope. I'm assuming you're still stood on the bridge, or you're actually coming over?
Yes. I will say,
Okay,
come
we'll
to me.
stand to there, as
wanting
his
him to
guards will
walk
come
past
with
the
him.
scary Catman and shifty fella.
So bring his guards with him. So they will move to here. Well, waving over. Well, what an odd place for someone of such a noble ranking. and such interesting gods as well. Could I interest you in maybe some dealings or trade?
I not want to give away that I have literally 0 gold. I will slightly sidestep the question, as all nobles do, and say, "Tell me." Well, I can. He's clearly of high birth, right? This guy looks like he's in fancy dress.
Yes, he is in very nice clothing.
I'll try and play in. I'll say, "Tell me, noble, what brings you here? What is your business?"
The name's Heraclides.
Oh,
I am one of the more well-off merchants from fine Melitus. I was just on my way to Cetessa for a little bit of merchant talk, making sure the trade routes are all as they're supposed to be, making sure my finest wares are being truly taken care of course. I only really have connections with them over at that interesting city, but if I could have the word of someone so well beloved, someone obviously of higher birth and ranking, well, that would mean a very great deal to me.
I will look at him with out of interest. His bodyguards, is their armor well kempt? Essentially, do they show any signs of battle damage at all?
Not that you can say, no. You can see there's been repaired and it's seen use, but it's not like they're not recently damaged.
Okay, that's okay for them then. I will look to him, a slight scorn on my face. I say, to not know of what has happened to once fair Akros and to mighty Sogeg, 13th of his name. I will grant him a tale, as I will warn him, as decree is the true noble birth, inheritor of the throne, that he is not to trade with Akros. He is to trade with Cetessa until I have rightfully regained my throne.
The very clearly not a guard whispers into his ear, and he nods. Dios, make a perception check, see if you can overhear it, as he is right in front of you.
Okay.
He's pretending to be one of his guards.
Nope. You're just like, am I supposed to be pretending to guard Sogek? Do I really want to pretend to guard Sogek?
No, I don't.
What
I'm
is
going
a
to step
guard?
the fuck aside.
Sogeg just assumes that Dios is his best friend and that he's just noble to him. So I trust that Dios heard nothing ill, and that's why he says nothing.
So after this woman whispers into Heraclides' ear, I see. What did you say your name was again?
I do not repeat it. I instead will just show my signet ring and will say, leaders do not repeat themselves, even to nobles.
Well, your signet ring would show that you are of your divinity. It wouldn't have your name printed on it.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying it a second time. He knows what it is. I'm not playing into his game.
I do oh so humbly apologise for taking up such a length of your time. It seems that we have rested here long enough, and I must make the long journey home to Melitus, if you will be so kind as to excuse me. If they very swiftly start trying to make an escape.
I'll say, as he starts to turn around, I'm going to take a very heavy step as I will shout out to him in a sort of a gravel, in a sort of what sort of tone? In a sort of a not mocking tone, but sort of as a questioning, perhaps needling, as I will ask, "Do you trust your guards?"
That is a very loaded question, Your Highness. they are well paid and well trained. But as I say, I must be on my way. If you will excuse me.
I will interrupt him and take another step and say, many men are well paid. Not many men are adept. Do you not wish to test the metal, ensuring yourself that they are worthy of your coin? As I sort of usher at one of, I'll say the nearest one, and I'll say, how do you see that this small fellow is strong enough to protect you when he has so few battle scars on his armour?
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no. I'm going to be a dumbie. It's
Hold on, let's have a look.
okay. Can I add one set? Sorry, I just want to check. I think I can't. I am going to use... No, sorry, I can't use that. Nothing.
No? Okay. You try and take a step forward, and about halfway through your little speech, you suddenly cannot move, as the lady that was whispering casts hold person on you, as she pulls the noble back and pushes them back onto the road.
I'll not bring attention to it, essentially. I don't want to lessen myself. I'll just roll with staying still.
So, what would everyone else like to do in this particular instance?
I'm just going to step back, lean on my pike, and watch this whole thing unfold. Sogeg created a mess, Sogeg can get himself out.
This is no mess created, this is bartering. I merely want to know. I don't think these guards are strong enough to protect him.
Can Scuts tell if Sogeg was trying to fight them?
Make an insight check.
Oh, yep.
There we go.
I would say that would be a success. So yeah, Sogeg, to be honest, were you trying to fight him?
No. So I was not raising my weapons. I was merely just trying to intimidate more than anything.
Okay.
Also just slightly offended that they look so unbattle worn. Disgraceful.
I really want to throw something at them.
To be fair, you don't look that battle worn today because you've not taken much damage other than a bleedy
That's because Sogeg never gets hit. It's because it's not for the nobles to be battle worn.
Oh, back.
Yeah, it's for the lesser commoners to be battle worn. It is for the nobles to stand back and be protected. I'm worried for the nobles' health.
So, is anyone going to try and intervene to stop the noble from fleeing? Because that's currently what's happening, is that his main bodyguards are trying to push him onto the road, while this spellcaster is concentrating on keeping Sogeg where he is.
I don't know, do we want to pick a fight here?
I was just trying to
I mean,
throw my weight around.
by the sound of it, he's noble, which means that he may have some money. So.
Oh, that is true, though. You're strapped for cash.
And if he recognizes you, should we let him get away?
Yeah. He knows to fear us, I'm sure. Oh, yes, good point. He does know who I am. I could make it look like they made the first hit and I could compel duel them.
I'm just gonna do it. Scuts is gonna reach into her shirt and she's gonna bean the chick in the back of the head with something.
So
she doesn't like that they walked away. She's not like
which
totally
epithet
aggressive.
have you got active?
A calamity.
Okay. While this is going on, that's when you're taking the item out. So basically, as soon as Sogeg started moving forward, you'd have the action to take it out and then the action to throw. So
she's been waiting, and as they turn around, she can tell that he's a little
God, I want you to
indignant
pull the
that,
elf.
like, she was still talking. God, please. So, just to get their attention, maybe she doesn't know her own strengths. She's just trying to get their attention.
Oh God, okay.
One shots the person's head off.
Oh God, okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh no. Oh.
Okay. So you reach into your shirt and pull out a small fabric loop with easily 16 symbols on them. You sort of spin it around and throw it, but it's a bit light for the amount of force you put behind it, and it just lands loosely in front of Sogek, in between them and the Oracle. Well, gave away what it is. The spellcaster.
Trying to hit me. How rude.
Stupid, flimsy gods.
Yeah, Dios
Granny
would
has
definitely
no respect for
recognise it.
you.
In fact, Sogek would recognise at least one of the symbols on there. It is a necklace with a symbol of all 16 deities on it.
Oh.
They seem to be from. They seem to be from different makes, I guess. So it's like they're not made of the uniform material. They do seem to be collected from different necklaces, or just combined into one.
Can I still talk whilst hold person? I can't.
No, you're paralysed.
Yeah. Oh no, you're paralysed. Fair enough. No speaking.
This just pulled out his vest of crap. Vest of random crap.
The roll table is called the Bag of Bullshit.
The vest of random crap, which includes an elf lady for some reason now.
That was put into it.
That was put into it, yeah.
I presume.
I can't wait for that to be thrown as an improvised weapon.
She could literally pull her out and then just smack someone across the head with an elf lady.
Yep.
What I'm hoping for every time now.
That is viable.
Get a crit.
So you could put other things in there specific for it, but it's basically a bag of holding that you have to roll randomly to determine what you pull out.
So cool.
Yeah, so we could put a potion of health in there, but I can't promise I'm gonna get it for you.
But it's in there.
Just like that elf.
Never to be seen again.
So, after throwing that, the Noble and his guards are going to try and get a little bit further away, while the Oracle is just going to back up ever so slowly, but maintaining concentration.
She's paralysed Sogek.
She's paralysed, so she's cast Hold Person on Sogek.
Pogeg is going to slither. Would Pogeg recognise at all? He's got an intelligence of -4.
Make an animal handling check.
Yeah, I want to know. Pogeg recognise that I've got a spell cast on me. I have a feeling no. Animal handling.
So, I'm going to say no for that.
Yeah, he's just still in there, coiled up. As his master's not been hurt. He's just weirdly still at the moment.
Go on, Dios.
Sorry?
You said you were saying something before.
Right. I was just gonna keep leaning on my pike and keep chuckling at Sogek's misfortune.
Okay. Anybody else want to interact with these people after you've seen Sogek frozen and Scott's throw a necklace?
I'm gonna move up a little bit, but not do anything.
There might be an eel dog underneath this bridge.
Could be.
I recklessly attacked the water.
Dios grips his pike in two hands very tightly when he thinks there's an eel dog around. Poked.
I don't think Scuts would. No, not Scuts. Zolk would be smart enough to figure out what's going on here, so he's just going to watch.
Okay. Sogek, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Look, don't fail me now. Look, failed me.
No, you are still
Failed me now.
paralysed.
Failed me now, big time.
Yeah, they are going to continue rushing down the path.
I was really wanting to compel Jewel, the nobles, to make him attack me first. Then I'd be
Probably
justified.
would have been better doing some trade with them, but
I mean, we have no coin.
I have.
That was my
coin.
other thinking. Was I was hoping to.
Bennett
You
has
have
coin.
no
He
coin.
stole 20 coins right at the beginning of the session.
And
That
I
is true, actually.
have my winnings from the fight with Theophrastos.
True.
Oh, you actually got the winnings. Nice.
Did you not split it up into 10 each?
I
Sure.
got Sogeg's part.
Oh, okay.
I
'Cause he
gave.
failed
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Fair.
Yes. I believe
I
I
have coin.
relinquished.
So, you
Mighty
can,
warrior.
at this point, you've kind of spooked them. So they have abandoned their camp, so there might be stuff in there still.
Ooh.
Or you can try and stop them from getting away. Or you can try and smooth things over with talking, which might be difficult at this stage.
Theos is a little bit devil may care at this point, and he's just going to walk over to the camp.
Rifle through
So
their
while they're
boots.
still very much in open sight, they're just going to watch you start looting.
No, I'm just going to walk around the camp. I'm not going to start rummaging.
Okay.
I'm just going to
Loot.
perimeter.
Loot.
No.
Well, as true neutral as Bennett is, he just really doesn't give a shit, and he's just gonna like.
Yeah,
look
none of
at
these are your
Sogek
specific
thinking,
targets. So.
You idiot.
Okay, Scott, have you got anything else you want to throw? Or
They pay
Yeah.
attention. To
Yeah,
their
you know what? I'm so mad.
oh, what's the range you throw?
I'm gonna get decapitated, aren't I? It's gonna be a natural one, and I'm gonna get my head blown up. A fine way to
No,
go.
it's still it'll be long range, so it'll be a disadvantage to throw, but you can still hit him.
Well, can I? We're not in a battle, but can I go into a rage and recklessly attack? Because I'm so
You
pissed.
can't
the
with
first
a
one
ranged
failed.
weapon.
Ow. Okay.
Reckless
Well,
attack's
okay,
only
Move
melee.
so just-
closer and
You
then
can move
throw.
closer,
Yeah.
so you can at least make
Alright.
it a neutral thing, because you should be able to get within 20 feet.
How far? I can move 35 and
Yeah.
turn. Is that okay? All right.
Oh,
So
that's not what I wanted to be.
huffy and frustrated, she just runs forward through everybody, and maybe accidentally knocks somebody over. All right, and then she rummages in her fucking shirt, and upset at how badly her last throw was, she pulls a wolf's head rotten silver that also it's also a whistle,
Oh god, you've got the Aztec
Ooh.
death whistle on it. Okay.
and I throw it.
You still hit me. You ran past me, and you still hit me.
So you pull out. It is
So much.
it is a full-sized wolf's head that has been dipped in molten silver. So it's been essentially
that's
encased
valuable.
in molten silver, and it does have a distinct hole in the top of its head, with its mouth open, and you lob it. Not expecting it to be, so you throw it a bit lighter because of what happened with the necklace, which is not enough. So it just sort of goes a couple feet in front of you and then just hits with a thunk into the floor.
I blow the whistle.
You can blow the whistle if you want to.
Okay,
It's-
well, fascinated by what she pulled out.
It sounds like a big old howl. It does sound like the howl of a wolf.
Ooh. I'll spare everyone mimicking the noise.
It's haunting.
All right. I rolled my nat 20 on identifying a cat. We're just
Yeah,
gonna fail all
well, you got
throws
double
today.
nat 20s on that one, so yeah. Anybody else before they just cut and run?
Are they paying attention to their camp?
No, they're trying to get the noble away.
Well, rummaging ahoy.
Free stuff.
Maybe some
Yes.
money.
Okay, Sogeg, I need a wisdom saving throw, please, then.
I've got to be able to pass it this time. I've just got to.
That's going to be enough to pass it. You manage to break free of the hold person. Would you like to do anything? while you see your party go to start rummaging through the tent.
Do I see Zolk start rummaging?
Let's let Soge have his turn, and then yes, you would do.
Sorry.
I would just walk forward, and once again, without actually like raising my spear to do anything, I'm just gonna totally make the best use of Wrathful Smite, just to make my eyes glow red and my spear turn into a drippy blood mess, and just yell in the general direction of the noble to fear revenge for slighting me. Fear the name Sogeg, 12th of his name.
Okay. Dios, yes, you see Zolk start looking. He's still in the same as yourself of just sort of looking through the camp, but not rummaging yet. He's only just got there. So
I'll just hover behind him menacingly.
okay.
Making sure he knows I'm watching.
So the nobles have fully managed to get out of range at this point, and the spellcaster is just pegging it as fast as she can. So is anyone actively going to try and stop the spellcaster, or do you want to just focus on rummaging at this point?
My vote is we see what we can get out of the
I
camp.
say it was a successful mission.
Yeah,
Okay.
then it's entirely about the camp now.
They know the name.
Scott, are you putting the necklace and Wolf's head back in your bag? Just so I know if I
Yeah.
need to delete him from the
Yeah.
thing.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna put them back in. She thought about throwing a third thing, but didn't want to embarrass herself, so she's gonna go join
Again.
everybody else. She's like she's as pink as when she rages, but it's just embarrassment for failing 2 throws that badly. She's
Can
gonna
I
go rummage through the
I'm gonna
cave with everybody
offer,
else.
but for attempting to assist in Mighty Sogeg, I offer you a candle. So I've got 10 of them for some reason. As thanks, may this improvised weapon actually hit next time.
Yeah, you could throw a candle if you want. It
Thanks,
would
Sogeg.
you do the same
She's
damage
gonna-
as
she's
anything
gonna
else you'll
take
have.
it.
Yeah.
She's gonna carve Sogeg plus Guts BFF forever, and then stick it in her shirt. It's my BFF candle now.
So let me go to
So that way I know it's supposed to hit.
bag of
Exactly, that will
bullshit
crit that
one.
one.
So you're calling it
That will
the
crit.
BFF candle?
Yeah, my
Okay.
BFF candle.
Guz just gets it. When you see a person,
Okay.
you're supposed to throw a rock at them.
So I have
It's
added
friendly.
that to your bag of bullshit table.
Thank you.
The current new ones that I've got in there is the very nice rock that's great for skipping that Dios gave. A very hungover elf, still bruised from being collected, and the BFF candle.
Aw. At the
It's
end
got
of,
sneakily
at the end of the
Trazin.
camp. What?
I feel like it's going to be like you're going to turn into like a metal Necron person called Trazin. It's going to steal people. and
Just
put
a
them-
raccoon, just collecting shit. and
Just a
rub-
raccoon.
just
I was gonna
collecting
say
trash.
the epilogue. She's just gonna have a friend shrine where she's got the little things you all gave her during
God.
the adventure. Maybe she won't throw them when the time comes. Maybe it'll be a bad thing. We'll see. She can't bear to throw Sogeg's BFF candle in a moment of need.
I'm gonna go over to Skirts and hand her a stick of incense.
Everyone just load the back of holding.
1d10 straight through the skull.
I mean, it would do 1d10 damage, so yeah. Do you want to name it anything other than stick of incense? Do you want to give this one a...
Oh, thanks, Nedren. This smells really nice. It'll help with the musty drawer smell. And she'll call it Nedren's Smell Good Stick.
It's a happy commune over here. Whilst Dios goes rummaging and pillaging. Oh,
Dios is doing nothing of the like.
So, for squad pillage and rummage, who's doing the pillaging, who's doing the rummaging, and who's preventing this from happening?
I'm definitely preventing.
Bennett is absolutely looking.
There's no pillaging of
Respect.
sorts on Zolk's end. He's more curious to see what's even here before he decides if he wants to do anything with it.
So, glancing through, this wasn't a trade caravan. They weren't here carrying full stacks of gold or spices or books or anything like that. They weren't here to sell things. This was him, as he said, was going to a business meeting essentially in Setessa to discuss the trade routes that they're going. Actually, leading a trade caravan is for poorer people, essentially. So the most part of what's inside is just their travel belongings. They're very high quality clothes, camping gear, and stuff like that, at least at first glance.
I don't know about Bennett, but I don't care about fancy clothes.
I'll have a look at the clothes.
Would be the best Theros arc. We can just become traveling clothes sellers.
But actually, I'm going to I'm going to take some of the wealthy-looking clothes.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me.
Oh.
Fantastic. Let's see what kind of clothes you find. Oh, that couldn't have been better. Yeah, you find one of these clothes
Wow.
seems to be very sturdy, as it seems to actually belong to one of the guards. As you find a hoplon of fury.
I
So
don't
the big.
equip that, but I keep it in my inventory.
Say that again.
Respect.
I don't equip that, but I keep it in my
Okay.
inventory.
Bit nice there with your cloak.
So it would only really work for Scots, but I can't see Scots using a shield because she wouldn't be able to use the granny stick. So kind of torn there.
Can I wear
Stuff
it
that-
on my back? Like a turtle shell? I don't ever use it. It just sits there.
I mean, you can if you want. You'd have to ask Bennett for it.
And it just says, "You may have it when I have finished using it."
My shiny thing first.
That's very, very suspicious.
But you also get a set of nice clothing as well. Is anyone else
Bennett
looking
does.
through the clothes and
Oh,
stuff like that?
In that
Can I
case, then yes, Scots can definitely have the hop on a few. It was the fancy clothes I wanted.
Yeah, it was essentially wrapped up inside the set of fancy clothes.
Can I have a look through the fancy clothes?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Investigation. No, that was
That's
intimidation.
intimidation.
My
scared
hand
clothes
switched
right now.
when I tried to click it. Damn it!
You know what? I'll be nice and I'll take the roll that you made for the first. You get an extra 1 to it. There you go. So let's see what you end up with. If any. So again, the nice clothes are very obviously there. They're mostly things like togas and the sort of clothing, clips, metal jewellery, and sort of large baggy clothes that you'd sort of tighten up with that. But other than that, that's all you really find. It's just a couple sets of nice clothing and the jewellery to go with them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a set of nice clothes.
Okay. Thankfully, with the nature of these clothes is that you can adjust the fit a lot easier. It's sort of that one size fits all, and then you sort of use the accessories and jewellery and the like to tighten it up and hold up excess fabric. Okay, Zolk. Dios, are you doing anything to stop Zolk as he's diving? Okay, Zolk, give me an investigation check.
Talk's going to make all the clothing smell awful.
Oh, Zolk, you've got some really bad static coming through your mic.
Oh, dear.
Really bad.
Just the flies.
Got cramp. Shit.
Now,
That's better.
okay. I unplugged it and plugged it back in. That's all I can think of.
That's all you needed to do. So you dive into the cloth and hit your face in the ground. There's pretty much just cloth from where you're looking. You're not
Alright.
really used to digging through people clothes. You don't really know where normal humans would hide any trinkets and anything interesting.
Zolk is no longer interested in the tent. Too much cloth. Not enough stabby.
True that.
Anyone else?
I feel like I'm owed a levy. Like, they didn't even give me an offering, and I'm of noble birth.
I mean, you didn't really give him a chance before you started revealing that you're actually so gig and exiled and all shit. So,
They should have known.
I think you
I'm gonna go
underestimate how widely known that story of, the one of the noble or the royalty of Akros gets exiled.
I mean,
I think you'd have thought that would be good gossip.
I think the hints in my name as well, that I'm only 12th of my name. It's just Sogeg believes himself as being so much more than he actually is.
Well, it's more the big scandal of it all. Of he got exiled. Everyone's talking about it.
I'll have it out.
So.
As I'm just going to literally stab my spear in to get something.
Okay, Scott, I'm assuming that was you also searching.
Oh.
You may be
Yes,
muted
that
if.
level.
Yeah. Oop, she's just gonna shake the tent around a little.
Okay. Okay, what's the best way to do this? I may as well just do. I need to switch a couple of things on. There we go. Okay, you shake and break a few things, and you manage to uncover. It's basically a small wooden chest, probably about 6 inches by 4. It's like a jewellery box kind of size.
Is there anything in it?
It's not locked. So, are you having a look inside?
We open it? Yeah.
Inside is a small bag. Little packet. Oh, actually, there you go. I didn't realise that it had artwork. It's a little small glass vial in the shape of it's like a pixie.
Ooh, does she have any idea what it is?
Make an investigation check. Or Arcana.
Oh god, they're the same.
Ooh, they are a
My
powerful
word.
same. So it's a small vial that's in sort of the shape of a pixie, with a little stopper on the top of its head and sand inside. When you tip it upside down, it makes a nice noise, but aside from that, you've got no clue.
All right, she looks at it like how fragile and tiny it is, and she's gonna look at Nidrin and hold out her little treasure chest. No, she wants the chest. She'll hold out the little crystal fairy. Hey Nidrin, do you want this? I'm kind of scared to break it.
Um, I'll take it off her, and do I know what it is supposed to be?
I didn't realise that. Yeah, you've got. Oh, I should have used your clumsy when you got that natural one on investigation. Oh well, because that would have been funny to use
Just
immediately.
crushed it.
Go ahead and make either an Arcana or investigation check, Nadrin.
Okay, I'll go for Arcana.
Good rolls.
It's a glass bottle, which is weird considering glass doesn't typically exist this far back in history. But it's what I'm doing with the artwork that it gave me. In the shape of a pixie with sand inside it. You've probably never even seen a pixie before, considering you spent most of your life underwater. So you have no idea.
You should drink it.
I'm just looking at it like, the fuck is this thing?
In fact,
This is weird.
there you go.
I guess
You
I'll just
definitely
put
wanna
it in my
consume
that.
that.
Likes her little gifts.
Probably about 2 inches. Tiny little thing.
I guess I'll just put it in my bag.
Okay. Mark down, you've got a little pixie necklace. Unless anyone else wants to have a go at trying to identify what it is.
Yeah, Bennett will have a go.
Okay.
No, you
Nope,
know, he
not a
doesn't
clue.
know shit.
I ask my spear. Tell me the secret spear.
Nope, not a clue.
Why?
We are just
Oh
a
my
collection
God.
of dumb thoughts.
Just never seen a glass fairy before.
Yeah.
This is scary.
This is probably the first time you've ever seen glass before, so.
What is this strange device?
Seeing glass every day,
True.
right in front of his eyes.
Do
What's
you
underneath
see
them,
it?
you ask?
Or do you see through it? Can you really see glasses?
While everyone's dumbfounded by the
Can see through
fairy,
them.
is there something I can make out of the Catoblepus juice with my poisonous kit?
Like this juice.
Okay, let's have a look. What can you do with the poisonous kit and the Catoblepus
A
juice?
fine juice you're making.
The I don't want to go to that one, so let's go to. Yeah, Dungeon Master Guide, crafting and harvesting poisons. Okay, make a nature check for me. With proficiency, if you've got proficiency with the poisonous kit. It's basically a poisonous kit check with intelligence.
How do I do it with proficiency?
So click on your poisonous kit and it'll ask you what ability the check to use.
Oh, right, okay.
And then, it'll
And
roll.
then intelligence.
And then intelligence, yeah. Fantastic. You've got no idea.
Aye,
Good
it is
quick check.
juice.
At this point, it's juicy. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Oh no.
Oh, rip. Ripperoni.
Oh, ho,
You
ho.
managed just about not to waste all of it in this experimentation. You've got enough for one other attempt at a later date to try and use something with it. But other than that, yeah, you do spill quite a bit,
Sunlight's getting in the way.
pretty much.
Need to go hide somewhere and then do my work.
You dug a hole first.
So,
To dig a hole should have been a dwarf.
is anyone else rooting through this little encampment? Or doing anything with this weird glass pixie?
I tried to root through the tent, but I rolled a
Okay.
3 on an investigation. I
Fantastic.
was stabbing it with my spear, and I think I ruined
So,
my garment.
I will move you back to the map because you need to decide where to go. You are at Hunter's Crossing.
A crossroads, you may say.
You are currently at. Hold on. Where is the?
Asphodel sounds lovely.
Near the
And
blood
the blood
tree.
tree.
So,
In the Sparelands.
Yeah. They just name it that.
the cobblestone road you're currently stood on is known as Guardian Way, which is a road that connects Melitus to Setessa. Look, it basically skirts the edge of the Nessian Wood and then goes up through the Autumn Nexus.
We could go to Setessa.
Tessa
Or it
sounds
would
like
lead
some
directly
hippie
to
bullshit.
Melitus.
I think we should follow the road
Yeah.
up through the Autumn Nexus into Setessa. Go see
I
what
would
the
like
city
to
has
visit-
for us.
Visit the wood hippies to Tessa.
For information about the three major polis, make a history check. I'll let you know how much you know. More than just your generic knowledge.
I've lived here long, and I know, of course.
Okay, no one else needs to bloody roll.
Much.
Fucking hell, Dios. God damn it.
Dios knows all of the
Good crack.
things. Well, it's in keeping with his story.
You know what? I will give you 2 questions for each. For 2 settlements essentially, and 3 questions, 2 settlements. So anywhere on the map.
Okay, we'll start with Setessa.
So that's Setessa.
What's the general outlook? As in, are they militant? Are they religious? Are they capitalists?
Setessa is the favoured polis of Karametra, goddess of the harvest, and they are very dedicated to the concept of nature and the cycle of seasons. The main sort of quirk of Setessa is that there are very few men in Setessa. It is almost entirely run by women. Most of the males of Setessa essentially don't do much, or at least don't live very long, or are treated essentially as second-class citizens. They are based within the centre of the Nessian Wood, and like I say, very focused on the natural and nature, and tend to keep to themselves quite a lot, although in times past they have pushed out. In fact, Hunter's Crossing is the furthest out they've ever made a fortification. It is an old, abandoned fortress of Setessa.
Same question for Melitus.
So Melitus is much more metropolitan. They are dedicated to the concept of learning and magic. It is the favoured polis of Ephara. It tends to be a lot more free thinking. It's run by a council, almost a parliament, as opposed to a monarchy or sort of any sort of ruling class kind of thing. They mostly focus on their magical prowess and technological prowess, as opposed to military might or anything more natural.
Primary exports for the 2 cities?
Okay.
How do they make their cash?
So, in Setessa, they are mostly essentially live off the land in the sense of being dedicated to Karametra and the goddess of the harvest. They're very much in tune with the progression of seasons and know how much to take and how much to give back. The main trade is in the Arbora market, which is a huge bazaar where that's where the majority of foreigners to Setessa will set up shop. It's always open. There you can find pretty much anything that possibly exists there. It's the biggest marketplace in all of Theros.
Shopping episode in Setessa.
You need money for that first.
Yes.
Shopping trip.
We need to find somewhere that we can actually make some coin, I think.
As for
Coin's
the
easy.
the exports of Melitus, it tends to be technology and learning. There are lots of colleges and schools within Melitus. They are also very good sailors, so they tend to have a lot of or a very strong navy and fishing. Most of the polis tend to rely on the influence of smaller farms around them rather than farming within its own borders. For food, the polis themselves are more like giant fortifications rather than just pure cities. They're city-states.
Okay.
You always get us a boat and go seafaring.
Honestly, I quite like the idea of going to Krymnos, getting a boat over to Melitus, having a sea, doing a bit of piracy.
Yeah, get loads of money that way.
I'm down for that.
A pirate's life for we?
Actually, no, because another god likes to say I'm not that asked about it anymore.
I want to go. I want to go.
Just think of it as a son by another name.
Any ideas what we
does
want to
all-
know? The other two cities?
My vote is Melitus.
Oh, I'm asking what. I've got a question left. Any ideas what we want to ask?
Is Asphodel really that evil? Or is it just named that?
So, is that the question you want to ask?
I was posing that as a potential question, essentially. How despairing are the Despair Lands? But that's not for me to ask.
That's not a bad shout, actually. I think I would like to
Yeah.
know more a bit about the spare lands, even if it is just sort of common
sound
knowledge
great.
stuff.
So, the common knowledge part is that there are two realms of the returned, is what they're sort of known as, where there is a direct line to the underworld, and that's Odnos and Asphodel. And the area around them starts to start bleed colour as more and more returned exist there. Asphodel is the largest, this huge necropolis, where it is a full-on city of returned. Returned being basically a step above zombies. So you think of a zombie as completely mindless, whereas a returned is somebody that's come back from the dead. They still have a amount of personality and sort of conscience, but it's muted, very heavily muted. Their emotions and their bodies separate on return into returned and eidolons. But yeah, the Asphodel and the Despair Lands, it's usually bad to go near them as a living creature, mainly because return just prefer to be left alone, simply because they are so different to how they used to be when they were alive. They kind of just fall into patterns of themselves, of what they used to be. They're not dangerous to mortals in the sense of going there won't immediately kill you. There would likely be things hostile, it may not be the most pleasant, but if you wanted to go back to Barovia, basically, go to Asphodel.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like the worst of places.
We can
Quite
go
like
to
the idea of-
Barovia for now.
I quite like the idea of skirting around the Nessian wood and heading to Setessa, to be honest, because in a city full of females, Dios will bring the thirst.
I think they're not going to like you. What's their stance on scorpion people? Do they count them as male?
Did you make
I'm
a
not gonna
history
get a
check
pass.
before? Oh, you did.
I did.
You know what? I'll
Come on.
give you 2 questions to ask about any settlement as well. Then.
I'll say, as any good Acrosian knows that Setessa, being the opposite of Akros, would really, really hate me in my original form. But what is their stance on scorpion people?
There are a lot of Serpentine Lamia and Arachne Lamia within Setessa. Scorpion Lamia are the most rare by a long way. Setessa is the only one that is openly not hostile.
Oh, and that
doesn't mean they're welcoming.
yeah.
So you could go to Melitus and not immediately get stabbed on the streets, but they'll probably not be overly keen to deal with you. Whereas Akros, that's more. If you were any other type of Lamia, maybe.
I'm just more taken aback that it seems like there's a lot of scorpion people in Setessa.
There's no other scorpion people in Setessa. You would know. It's one of the easily the rarest Lamia by a long way. There are other types of Lamia there.
Yes, likely fled. Then, with my other question, I don't know if anyone else has got any great ideas. I'll be honest, I'm kind of half thinking about this thing up here.
That's it all.
Sounds good.
Oreskos. And the Sun's
Yeah.
Mirror. So Oreskos is essentially a big open plain. Think of the plains of Africa kind of feel. So if that's where you want to go and get yourself a pet giraffe, that's where you're going to find a pet giraffe.
A hole.
I want a pet giraffe.
A hole.
Speaking in our language.
Oreskos is typically where the wandering tribes, or sort of the major tribes of Leonin and Tabaxi tend to reside. Whether the Leonin you currently have in your party is from Oreskos, you're not entirely sure. But that is typically where you'd find a large amount. In the same way as Theros and Lagona are where you would typically find Centaur.
Yeah, so you're from Oreskos?
He looks at you and just gives a gentle shrug. Dios doesn't actually know where he's from.
Ah. So
He's from
perhaps
Heliod.
answers could be found there.
I am sent by Heliod to do Heliod's work. That's
It's
all
called
I
the
need
Sun's Mirror for a reason.
Yes.
If anything, I'm curious about Oxus and Citrium. Because they're just past Melitus, so if we went to Melitus, we could at least go down.
We could plunder a many. It's hard.
You could always
Many
get on a
directions
boat and head
tuggers.
to the Drakkar Isles and just see what happens there.
We can either the
just go
pirate's
across.
life tugs us, or we go hang out with the hippies in the
Where would
trees,
you like to go?
or we go to Sun's Mirror and wait for Dios to become even more pious. I suspect it's going to make Dios very pious.
It wouldn't be easy to get to Oreskos simply because, for one, you'd have to double back where you've
Really
just come
far
from.
away.
You'd have to pass through the Catchishon Mountains, which is
we'd
not
have to go-
easy. Well, it might
You've
not
seen
be
my
easy.
scorpion.
There's multiple ways through, but it is very much considered Acreon territory. So
Any trial worth to get a pet giraffe.
I want a pet giraffe.
Although we go to Crimnos, we could get a pet water monster. A hero
I
of
was about to
whales.
suggest, if we wanted to go to Melitus at some point, we may as well just go to Crimnos on the way.
Yeah, it is very close.
Setessa is my vote.
My vote
I'm
is
very
going
torn.
to Melitus.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I don't know, pirate
Crazy
rats.
turn of events.
It's more, do
I
you
guess
think you're
Melitus
strong
being
enough to
running around
handle
lots
the
of-
monsters of the sea? That's the question.
Nope, we're going
How many
to.
krakens aren't there?
I'm taking a executive decision as the leader of our party, and we're going to Stessa.
Oh,
God. Mutiny! Oh, we don't have a boat yet, though.
We need a
Could go
boat
see Granny.
first.
I sadly put down my imaginary pirate cap.
oh God, the captain's come back.
I'll say we go to Asphodel, we might be able to find the captain. They say if you pray to his mighty, tempestuous name.
Please, no. No more captain.
So, are you following your leader through to Setessa, or are you heading to Melitus, or anywhere else for that matter? There's plenty of options to go to.
Split it in half and let's go to
Listies.
Listies.
We just come from Listies.
I mean, personally, I am curious of other Lamia in Setessa. I would say personally, I'm completely split as Melitus sounds like plunder and blood, but Setessa is perhaps a hint towards my ravaging curse.
So what I'm hearing is Scuts is the deciding factor here.
Or Bennett.
I'm gonna look up at the sky.
Oh yeah, Bennett.
Oh.
Just a dude.
I know he's stealthy, but come on.
Just a dude.
It's the sunglasses, it's hard to see him behind them.
Would Scuts have any clues? Oops, sorry.
Okay, I'll give you one question about any area with the 14.
I'm just curious if in her travels she picked up any direction in which she's traveling, or if she's still pretty aimless, because that would decide if she has her own place she wants to go, or if she's just kind of voting about not going on a boat because that makes her nervous.
Roll a d20 for me.
Thanks, gods. Please don't hate me too hard.
Ooh.
Okay. The golden road that you're standing on that connects Melitus to Setessa, you're not really paying much attention to the road itself, as even though it's kind of hard to make out in the middle of the day, you can very distinctly see the pretty lights in the sky. They're sort of ebbing back and forth, but they do seem to be following the coastline more than anything else.
Alright, she's down to go to Melitus, but she doesn't want to go on a boat.
Well, I said
Let's
it's
go to
hugging the
Setessa.
coastline, not on the in the coast. So.
Okay,
Or in the
I've never
sea.
been on the ocean before. I don't know if I want to go over open water.
Here's a
Go
wild
under it.
card
Stories
question
and big
for you.
things.
Completely
Or-
off on the side. What's in Nick first?
You have to tell me where's that.
Need a history check, I think. I don't think you
Oh,
actually.
right, yeah.
I don't think you got a history.
Oh, Nick's
That
off
would
down
not-
at the far end, right? Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Give me a history check.
That's
I
quite
get the
far
feeling
away.
that Bennett really wants
no
to
idea.
go to Asphodel.
No clue.
It's a name.
Looking very suspiciously at Bennett, I'm just going to ask Bennett. So Asphodel, right? We all want to go to Asphodel. I just want to see what Bennett's reaction is.
And it must be purged.
Oh, you want to purge Asphodel?
A surprising response.
Yes, taken aback slightly by this. I just sort of nod and humble. Okay.
Last.
Why do I feel we're no closer to an actual agreement on where you actually want to go?
We know we're not going to Asphodel now and we're not going to Listy, so really it's a choice of two places. It's Tessa or Crimnus.
Dios is already walking. I mean, you can follow him
Dios.
if you want.
Let's all just let Dios go that way. And
Fine,
see
I've
how
got
Alex
plenty of other
deals with
characters.
We'll just have it. Alex, you just go. Yeah, just get the Master of Stories just to split the campaign. Just have 2 Roll20s going.
Yeah,
That'd be
I
great.
can do that. That's not a problem.
Yeah, Alex is too
I am
You say
half
that like I'm
convinced by
not good enough for
Satessa.
that.
I am curious of other Scorpion Lamias, but Grimnos. What a place.
So-
Should we flip a coin? Does anyone have a coin left we can flip? I have none. I can offer a Pogeg. I can flip Pogeg.
I've got some coins.
I can pull either a large item or a small item out of my shirt.
Flip the elf.
Is it a necklace or a log? Okay, no, let's do it. Okay, if I pull out something larger than a basketball, or something
That wolf's head, yeah.
thematic, the wolf head. There we go. Something smaller than the wolf head, we're going to Crimenos. If it's bigger than the wolf head, we're going to Satessa.
A
Everyone
mighty
cool with this?
godly check.
Is it a fair 50-50 split inside the bag, though?
I have no idea. You put a stone in there, so one vote for yourself.
I mean, to be fair,
Bennett
yeah,
has to
you've
take
just
out
put
one of
3
these
small
many gold
items in there,
coins.
so yeah.
Then flicks one.
Bennett
Bet-
flipping
Bennett.
a coin.
Bennett says, I have. Well, he tells you he's got a coin. He's like, I can flip a coin.
Do the gods will it?
Go ahead and yeah, roll another d20 for me. While Scud pulls out that same log from her.
Are we saying odds is what
We're
we
going
haven't
to
actually
Satessa.
You're going to
That's terrible.
Satessa, that's what that is.
to Satessa? May I attempt a divine intervention just to get Mogus' blessing on this travel? Hearing the
sure.
name Satessa, as I feel the blood boil in my skin, as I feel the presence of Scorpion Lamia, as I call to Mogus and ask, will he free me of this curse or show me how to use it for revenge? I'm feeling a low roll. Too good at rolling.
You just don't feel him. He's not there at the moment. You haven't killed anyone yet.
I haven't. That's what it is.
So,
Then I hear the silence clear. To Zatessa and to murder.
are you wandering along the edge of the Nestian wood or following the Golden Trail towards Satessa?
Yes.
Okay. So,
We're not just going to wander into
Sogeg.
the wood.
Yes.
so as you wander along, let's throw you onto the next
My-
little moment.
My pantheon is following me.
Oh yeah, I need to actually
You're
put Dios up front because of reasons.
Dios is steeped in delusion as Sogeg is. Yes, we are all following Heliod.
He's just simple sinners being shown the light.
So you find
is true.
a section of the road that is essentially under construction, or at least sort of has recently been damaged. It seems to try and split around a large boulder before reconnecting and going back from dirt to cobblestone on the other side. Don't worry about it. I hadn't just moved maps around depending on where you are. Don't worry about it.
This looks familiar. This looks east of Hunter's Crossing.
I want to look in this not ominous at all cave.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
very
definitely
suspicious
a cave with a lot of dead bodies nearby.
Okay, can I have her just appear in? Can I see anything in there?
Make a perception check for me.
In fact, before I make that perception check, can I pick up a rock off the floor?
You
And
certainly
I'll
can.
use my cantrip light on it to make it like a little flare rock. And I'll just throw it into the cave.
Okay, you throw it into the cave where it illuminates a large, shaggy-looking lion.
He's very nice.
What a noble beast.
Can I just Well, I'll take a step forward and I will greet it in Leonin.
I'd like you to roll for initiative, please.
Bugger.
Yes.
Oh well. I tried.
It was
Tried to
worth
be
an
nice.
attempt.
As I like this mighty beast. It knows the art of
How-
war.
I forgot how to roll initiative.
If you click on your token, there should be a button that says initiative.
Oh, right, there
Top
it is.
left. Oh. Skuts likes war more than everyone else. Oh no, Zolk. Zolk really likes war.
Oh, damn.
So many levels of liking war.
Speedy little bug. You're all going before him. So,
I would have walked up a bit further, but
slightly
so gets
blinded by
caught with
this
pants around
light.
his legs.
Zolk, what would you like to do as this lion starts to pad its way out of the cave?
Well, I mean, we're quite joyous for the opportunity to beat on a cat. With significantly more enthusiasm than normal, he's going to raise his little bird skull and curse this cat.
You can
We were
certainly
going to be
try.
pirates.
So that's Hexblade's curse on him. just
Can you click
charge it.
Hexblade's Curtis for me so I know what it does?
19's a crit.
Very nice.
Okay. I need to roll something quietly. What's your spell save DC?
Okay.
I don't know how to check that
Go to
one.
your spell list.
Go on spells.
Oh, I have 14.
Up in the middle.
You reach out with your curse towards this thing, and yet you feel yourself get weaker. As it bounces the spell back, or at least bounces the ability back, you are now cursed with the Hexblade's curse.
Oh no.
Okay.
Rude.
Well, I
So it gets those bonuses against you as opposed to the other way around.
Whoops.
I mean, it's not going to kill me, I'd hope, so it shouldn't be.
You'd hope.
It wasn't going to kill you until you got Hexblade cursed.
Well,
Oh dear.
attempt was made. How far away am I? Oh, fuck. I could almost get in range. Alright then. I'm gonna read the range on this then. Oh, fucking hell. Jesus.
The correct
Alright.
response is to cast more spells at the magic lion that reflects things.
Zolk's. That's all I can do. I can't physically get in range to swing at it.
Ooh, he's getting closer. Interesting.
He's a crazy rat.
Well, yeah, the spell I've got has only got 10 feet.
Okay.
So Zolk's gonna run up. He's
I like
just gonna. You'll just hear a loud belch out of him as he casts poison spray.
Such a bad idea. Okay, so it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, you take 5 points of poison damage.
All right.
Aye.
Do you resistant to poison at all?
Yes.
They take 2 points.
You take 2 points.
I want to cast a spell at this thing.
Smart. Smart.
Actually, no, that would do an additional. It would be 2 points of damage because of the Hexblade's curse. So it'd be 3 points because you'd halve it still. So.
All right, down to 31. I mean, I have a question, but it might be one of those going outside of the game kind of questions.
Go ahead.
So I don't know if it's worth it. Is this a fleece mane lion?
It is the Fleece Mane Lion.
All right.
In fact,
Zolk has a card
That's
that
no
looks
idea.
very strangely like the fleece mange lion.
there you go. It's a Fleece
There's
Mane
no
Lion.
time for magic Zolk.
But this is not Magic
yeah.
the Gathering. This is D&D, and they play slightly differently. So,
Yeah.
so I don't really know what the Fleece Mane Lion does as an actual magic
At
card.
instant speed, it can gain hexproof, so I assume that's what the reflectiveness of the spells is.
Well, hexproof would just mean that it would not take the damage, not bounce them back at you.
A horrible memory that Fleecemane
In
Lion's
terms-
also got indestructible.
It's hard to femate. You can't target this in D&D, so it makes
Oh,
sense.
yes, you can. It's easier to do it that way than what this does.
Oh,
You just
fuck.
say it's immune to spells of X level or lower.
Oh, right, okay. That makes sense.
There you go. Or it gets
Well-
advantage on saving throws against spells.
Zolk.
I was out of range of swinging at it, so I had to try.
You made an attempt. Scuds.
No one can blame you.
Okay.
Makey breaky.
Whew. It takes a full action to pull something out of my shirt,
Yes.
and if I rage, I have to do damage this turn.
Not on the turn you rage. It's got to be the following one.
The following one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I can use my bonus action to rage?
Rage and then draw an
and
item. Yeah. You
Use my
wouldn't.
turn to draw an item?
Yes.
I am determined. Okay, so Scuts is instantly seeing an opportunity to make up for earlier when she totally failed. And she just, to herself, needs to prove that she can hit something in the face. As she goes into a rage and rummages.
Well, first
her
of all,
shirt.
let's see if you explode and kill Nadrin.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah!
Closer first. So sorry.
Go ahead and roll your barbarian wild surge.
No backsies.
Okay, that's nice and simple.
Oh, that's
Uh,
beautiful.
you make everything more difficult to walk through, but only for your enemies, which is nice. So, anything within that is at half speed, but only for their enemies. So,
Okay.
well, just to remind me.
Yeah.
Who,
damn it.
who could get
It's great
to
minds
first?
think
That was it.
alike right
Yeah. So, okay, go ahead and draw your item as well.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh yeah!
It's gonna be good.
Oh God. Okay. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh yeah!
It happened.
So Scuss pulls
Oh,
out
look.
a
memory bomb.
It's a small clay pot that is sealed with a stopper.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Mm.
No.
this is
Okay.
suspicious looking.
Oh wait, yeah, Scuss, do you want to move at all?
There we go. Yeah, I'll move. Go out here.
Okay.
Just stomps forward, pissed, clutching this jar, ready to fucking huck it.
Okay. Nadrin.
Um. I am not in a good position right now.
You're in the best position.
Fireball.
Aye.
I am not gonna sling any spells at it.
I mean, you never know. It might not be able to bounce it back here.
I've got my lay on hands ready.
Maybe.
Like, I've actually got my hands outright, ready to ready to stabilize.
I'm just gonna try and throw a dagger at this thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
I don't know how to do that though.
Click your dagger attack.
Where is it? There it is.
That's gonna miss. So I hope you've got more than one dagger.
I do.
Just run and
I've
pick
got
it
a
up.
second one.
Okay. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Well, before Dios, this thing's going to bellow out a mighty roar. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw, please. This is a frightened effect, so if you've got any bonuses to that, you can take those.
I'm never frightened.
I don't know if I do.
The only way
Okay,
you'd
but
probably
if I
get
get
them,
frightened,
the way you'd get a frightened effect or bonuses from that will be from your tragic flaw.
Maybe then.
Okay. Dios,
Nope.
Nadrin, Zolk, and Bennett, you are frightened of the Fleecebane Lion until the beginning of its next turn. Frightened, you get to pick basically fight or flight. You can either move as far away from it as possible or move as close to it as possible. One or the other. So I'll let you pick that when we get
Can
to your
I
turn.
just hold my ground?
How have I actually worded it for? Do I not actually move it into this one? Imported the ones we used in Curse of Strahd. So long as you end your turn either closer or further away, depending on the one you pick.
I
So
will.
you can take a
choose-
step in one direction if you need to.
That's fine. I
I'll
will
be nice
choose.
about it. It's not the end.
Definitely Dios is going out.
It is Dios's go, yes.
Cool. So Dios is going to choose flight. But he's going to run to the centre of everyone here. As he does, he's going to scoop up some dirt from the floor, and he's going to say a prayer to Heliod and scatter the dirt into the air above him, and I see it turn into these golden shimmers. And I am going to use my one of my many free casts of Bless.
I was also going to use Bless.
on who?
I'm going to use it on Sogek, Bennett, and Scuts.
You're going to bless Sogek, okay.
Feel
Yeah.
honoured.
So,
Well, Sogek is hench and can hit a
yeah,
cat.
Sogek, Bennett, and Scott, you get an additional D4 to your attack rolls.
And saving throws.
As well, yeah.
Do you have opponent Bless Dios? I keep hearing. Oh, no, you got guidance. You got guidance, don't you?
I've got guidance, yeah.
Cool.
But that didn't cost me a spell slot, thankfully. Because it didn't cost me a spell slot, can I still cast a spell or no?
I am going to say you can still cast a spell because it's considered an ability, not a spell in this case.
Cool. In which case, I am going to cast Buddy Cop Weapon.
Okay. What does your buddy cop weapon look like?
A giant
Have I got anything
golden
that looks
spear.
like that? Where's my spell effects? I'm sure there's a spear in here somewhere. Give me a moment. What's a spell
Or a
that looks
sock.
like a spear? That'll do.
Yeah. Or a sock
there
full
you
of
go.
snooker balls. Take your pick.
There's a big flamey arrow there. That'll do.
Yeah, and I'm going to cast it right next to the idiot cat.
Lovely.
And then I'm going to give him a pokey poke.
Let me control by Dios. Okay, you should be able to control it.
I can control it. Cool. So I'm going to give him a bit of a pokey poke.
I'll rotate it so it's even poking in the right direction. Okay, that's going to miss.
Okay, that's fine. That's all I got.
Okay, Bennett, fight or flight? Fight meaning you've got to move as close as you can to it. Flight meaning you've got to move as far away from it as possible.
How far did
Or at least
Dios move?
you've got to. You either have to move close to it or further away from it, basically.
I'll be moving further away from it,
Okay, you're taking flight.
Oh,
and I'll be firing an arrow at it, which, because it hasn't had a turn yet,
Yeah.
I'll be doing with advantage,
Plus a D4.
and plus a D4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
neutral, wouldn't it though? Because you're frightened. Are we doing different there? Sorry.
it's
Isn't
the-
frightened
remember what-
disadvantage to hit?
disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. You're absolutely right.
So that'll just be normal then.
So yeah, they would
Right.
average out, but you'd still get a sneak attack as far as I'm aware because of.
And you still get the
assassin.
plus D4.
And you still get the plus
Yes.
D4.
Well, then I
Sweet.
will apply sneak attack as well.
Okay. So even
That's
though
my
looking this thing in the face, it is scary as shit. You do manage to fire the short bow and connect with it.
Cheeky damage.
So that's a solid 13 damage. Not terrible. Okay. Sogek.
Sorry, just before it skips on,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I take a bit more of my movement?
Yeah.
Oh,
There.
sicken me. Sogeg, seeing this field of cowards, I'll just yell out, weakness! Weakness cannot stand. I'll just shout out to my party to fight. To fight! And Pogeg will do his action turn first. I'm going to use the bonded action and cast Bless on Dios and Nadrin.
Can you get Zolk as well? Because it's 3.
I can't, it's only 2, unfortunately.
Ah,
And
okay.
it's 30 feet of Pogeg.
It's not bless, it's the bonded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's just give 2 creatures
Because
Bless.
theoretically, although I'm probably going to say no just because of the sheer brokenness, it would stack with bless because they're 2 different abilities.
It does say that
Theoretically.
they are blessed, though.
Okay, if it's actually
Yeah,
specifically
it
mentioned
does say that
blessed,
you're
then
blessed.
yes,
It's just,
okay,
yeah,
good.
that would be dirty.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't
For your
want to
sake.
say this, but
And on this, I'm just going to charge forward. No, not into 5 feet, because Sogeg, being smart, he's used all of his Ruffle Smite uses already before the fight of the thing. But I am going to attempt a minor spell, because I don't mind if this backfires in my face, as I'm going to yell out at this cat and compel it to fight me.
okay.
And I hope you bounce this back to me.
It bounces back to you.
As yes, I've just got to start hitting you now. So Sogeg now has the unabounded. Oh, I've got disadvantage against you actually as well. I forgot that. Oops. But I want to hit you very hard in the face with my spear, and so I will do that.
Reasonable. Well, it's its turn.
Cheeky. I'm going to attack. That's just a bonus action.
Oh yeah, is that just a bonus action? Then yeah, go ahead and
Poke.
make a poke.
Ooh.
That's a miss. Wouldn't you have had an extra D4 onto that?
You are correct. Thank
Sorry.
you for reminding me.
That's still a miss. Okay. Now it's its turn.
I'll allow it.
As it is going to bound forward. Get nice and up close before trying to take a chunk out of Zolk. And
I was trying to
let's have a
deflect
look at
the
what
anger. I'm sorry, Zolk.
the
I
Hexblade's
failed.
curse. So okay. It's not auto rolling damage. That's annoying.
Could I ask? Sorry, very quick one before
Yeah.
I forget. In terms of compelled duel, it's a concentration effect. So am I still in control of the concentration, or is that?
Yes, you are. Yeah.
I will drop the compelled duel.
Then yeah, that's fair.
Yes, I do not need a spell to make me angry at this lion.
So a 19 to hit against you, Zolk. Doing
Yeah.
11 piercing. Well, it would actually be 13 piercing because it gets your proficiency bonus for the damage. So an extra 2 points.
Misplaced Poge, I could have made.
Wonderful.
And then it's going to take a swipe at Sogeg.
Hold up my hoplon.
With a crit.
My hoplon. Although
So that would be
11 damage.
11 damage, yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. I can take that. A mighty foe, it would seem.
So it gives you a solid slap.
You've hurt me now, foolish cat. Do you not know?
It has hurt you now, but it is also within 5
did.
feet of you.
I'm going to walk back one.
It'd get attacks of opportunity.
I
Okay.
cannot.
Zolk, it is your turn.
Okay.
if I didn't already have disadvantage because it's daytime, I've got disadvantage on top of being feared. So that's fun.
So yeah, so you can choose fight or flight. You can either try and move closer to it or further away.
Poison isn't really magical, is it?
It depends on the source. If you are casting a spell that does poison damage, it's magical. If you are coating a
Branding
weapon
my
in
axe with
poison,
poison.
well, it depends on what the poison's coming from. If it's literally a vial of poison that you've squeezed out of Sogeg's tail, then no, it's not magical. But if you're casting, say, Wrathful Smite and doing poison damage or something like that, then yes, it is magical.
My intent is to use. I'm gonna use the Cataplepus juice.
You're going to use what's left of the Cataplepus juice without knowing what it
Yes.
does or how to use it.
I have no idea what it does.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
Oh no.
This can only go well.
Oh no.
Also, do you want to maintain your Hexblade's curse on yourself, or do you want to get rid of it?
No.
Probably a good idea.
But you don't just want to keep a curse on yourself?
Well, maybe you'd learn not to target the lion immediately. I mean, how could you know?
I'm not the one that angered it.
I mean, it was going to attack the nearest person to it, to be fair. It's an angry bugger. You saw the dead bodies. Come on.
Well, here's hoping the Cataplepus juice makes a difference.
Well, we'll
This
find
is
out.
swing
won't we?
with my
Well,
I
ass.
think
that
it's going to
misses.
make a difference.
That's a lot of damage, though.
That's a lot of damage.
Too bad
That's
it hit
a
the floor.
lot of damage.
You
But
just
it misses.
leave some broken bones eviscerated. Brutal.
I need a spell that can just create shade.
Where are you getting the +2 modifier from?
That's
So-
a good question.
So you've got, it's a D12 plus your charisma plus the +1 for. Oh, it's because I think you're adding in your Hexblade's curse, even though it's not cursed.
Oh, right, yeah, I had no idea how to add it, so
That's
I
fair.
don't know.
It's
I'm
easy.
going to make a
I'll show you. after
global
this game.
damage.
Yeah, nice.
I think I did it and then forgot that I did it.
If you want to know it in future, it's -2 to what the damage you do. Okay. But yeah, that misses. Anything else? Also, you didn't pick fight or flight. Are you running near it or running away from it?
I can't get any closer, but by attacking, I've chosen fight.
Well, no. It's
You
more a case of ending your move either closer or further away from it.
Just
Sogeg just
move
looks at you,
around it?
just
I'm
shakes his head.
confused.
Just
No,
like,
if you can't get any closer to it, you obviously can't get any closer to it, but you've chosen fight that way. But it's basically, unless this specific scenario, you either have to be moving closer or further away. You can't just stand still.
I'll sidestep.
stand your ground, mighty Zolk.
Okay.
Not
Indeed.
left of Mogus.
Scott?
Okay, one quick question. Dios blessed me, correct?
Yep.
Is it on my attack or on?
Your attacks.
Yeah,
just
your,
okay.
your,
Alright.
your attacks, yeah.
And I am on an advantage because I'm raging. Alright,
Well,
all
this would be
questions
recklessly attacking.
answered. Yeah.
You wouldn't get reckless attack for throwing stuff. So that wouldn't be an advantage. You'd get the +D4 to it, but it wouldn't
Okay.
be an advantage.
Gotcha. Yep, Roger. Alright.
So you're going to throw
yeah,
the strange
okay.
jar.
So walking up with this jar in her hand, she just whines back and just hucks it in the face of this lion.
Ooh.
Okay, it's a good good thing you were blessed, as you managed to clean it straight in between the eyes, as this thing shatters. And then I need to roll some dice.
So you guys, I can throw stuff.
Yeah, first of all, I think it needs to make a Okay, I'm going to say that's no. So I then need to. Okay. Right. You see it's this jar hit the lion in the face and then shatter, and then you just hear this echoing giggling, almost like this childhood laughter, as this lion looks very, very confused as it can't process the 6 memories of a long dead Archon that has just sort of flooded its mind.
What?
So
You just throw.
a seemingly empty sealed
One of
jar.
Granny's naughty jars.
If opened, the person standing closer to the jar suddenly recalls 1d6 happy memories from the life of a long dead Archon. Archons being monsters with human intelligence.
Maybe it'll be nice now. Maybe the
I
cat's
mean-
calmed down.
I'll tell you for now, it doesn't have the intelligence to be able to work out what the fuck happened to it, so...
Yeah.
Any bonus actions or any movement?
She just fucking starts running right up into its face.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Probably stupidly, she'll end her turn there.
it's... Well, first of all, let's roll some dice. Okay, well, it's probably a stupid idea to end your turn there. It's going to try and swipe you with its claw. Oh, well, no, that was a bite, but that's what's
Oh,
going to do. Yeah, probably not the best thing to do. 18 points of piercing damage. You would halve that because you are raging, so it would be 9 points of piercing damage. It
Pain is good.
bites you as you run forward. Not really sure what's going on. Okay. Nadrin.
I am scared.
Throw sparkles.
I mean, you never know.
What's that gonna happen?
Yeah, what is the worst that could happen?
Okay. For my action, let me just check how far away I am. Ah, yeah, easy. Okay, I am going to cast Enlarge Reduce on Skuts.
Yes.
Are you going to willingly accept this spell, or are you going to try and resist it?
Scuds?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to get really big in him?
Do you want to get to
Can I tell that
Sojourn
she's the one
size?
casting it on me?
Yes.
That I trust her.
Okay.
I will accept this.
Reduce.
Enlarge. Gonna be enlarged.
So your weapon is already sized for a size large creature, so you're not going to deal a whole lot of bonus damage. You still get the plus 1d4 damage from the spell.
The
But-
target's weapons also grow to match its new size.
Well, that's
She
the
just
thing is
gives
that
Soge a big thumbs up.
it's sized for a size large creature. She was too small to use it before. It's just the fact that she's got the powerful build. Is what I'm going with. So yeah, it would
Oh,
stay.
it's cool.
It's more you're finally big enough to actually use it without needing to flex all the muscles.
Just means
So-
Scuts is gonna get crits from here on out.
Pretty much.
All the way. Oh, it's a fine display of might
Adrian
from our
is
party.
concentrating on that.
Mogis is happy.
Okay, anything else? What else is
I
concentrating?
just
Move
want to know
back.
what size Soge gets if he's.
And actually,
Enlarge.
hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I can't see it now.
Nick.
It's on your screen.
Helpful. Where is it? I've lost it. Is it this one? Yeah, I'm gonna use my temptress magic. It's gonna flink me back 10 feet.
Oh yes, when you cast a spell, you can move 10 feet.
Just
Yeah,
cast a spell. And
the wind's gonna pick you up and move you away.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to roll another dice. Okay, still heavily intimidated by the now giant Scuts. It's going to try and swipe. For 3 more slashing damage against Scuts.
She's pet animals for fun that did more damage.
Yes. Dios. We're no longer
My
frightened.
head.
So.
Hey, that's good. We like that. Sorry, I am going to stand in between everybody. I'm going to poke over Zolk's head with my pike.
It's beautiful.
Okay.
Because it has reached.
Sogeg's literally just like crying at this point, just tears of utter joy. It's so beautiful.
Group hug.
There's no way.
We're bonding.
That's
going to miss. Yeah.
Ooh.
But I do get buddy cop weapon as well.
You do have the buddy cop
Forgot
weapon
that
as
was
well.
there.
Yes.
Touch disadvantage at the moment. Ooh.
Which definitely hits.
Pokey, pokey, poke. And then I'm going to step back 5 feet.
Respectable.
Indeed. Okay. Bennett. You are no longer frightened, so you don't need to keep moving away. You can do if you want to, but you don't need to.
I'm going to not move. Oh, hang on, I've got the wrong thing selected. I'm going to move. Apparently, I'm not doing anything. Oh, there we go. Move to there. And I'm going to take a shot at it again. And I believe that because there are members of my party within 5 feet of it, I got the sneak attack bonus.
You get your sneak attack bonus, yes.
But this won't be with advantage.
It would not be with advantage.
You don't need it.
No, you don't. You're making up for the arrows you tried to fire at the Cataplepus. That is a good hit. You actually get it inside its mouth.
Ooh.
But it's hurting. It's not dead. It's definitely hurt. And I need to roll another d6.
Hit me.
Okay, it's just got a hate boner for Scuds at the moment.
Oh no.
For 4 points of slashing damage against Scuds.
Sometimes they pet you back.
Okay, Sogag.
A glance at Scuts and Zolk specifically, do they look quite blooded, or do they look like they're just raring for the fight?
Zolk's just squishy in general. Scuts doesn't care.
I look at them, a smile on my face. I say, Mogis has blessed this day. You bleed well. I congratulate them on their bleeding, as I am going to move to the left.
Okay.
But I don't want to be too close to you.
It would get an attack of opportunity if you did that, yeah.
Try and hit me.
Okay.
Just try. You think you can hit me? Oh, it hit me again. Stop hitting me.
Okay, that's 19 points of piercing damage. As you turn your back to this thing as it bites your ass.
Nothing. I've taken bigger crits before. As
Roll 20s off on one today.
Hit me twice in a row, you evil, evil lion. So I will crit you as well, as I will hit it back with my single-handed Zeiston at advantage because you hurt me last time.
Yep. I hurt you just then, so.
Please crit. I'm going to add a smite onto that.
Are you sure you want to add a smite to that?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you ready for this? I've rolled 2d8. I didn't actually, but I'll take it.
So, it's a good thing smite isn't actually magic.
That's what I was thinking. As with my bonus action, I've not learnt my lesson. As I look to it, and I say, "Fight me, you coward!" As I don't want my friends to be hurt anymore. I'll try and compel duel it again.
Okay. That fails. So it is compelled duel. It has been compelled to fight you.
And then Sogeg's action, Pogeg's action rather, I am going to very much move him here.
We're gonna roll forward.
Roll attack, snake, go! As Pogeg is actually going to use his action to use the rest of my lay on hands points and heal Sogeg for 6 health.
So he's gonna move closer so he can be hit.
Yes. He's a good snake. He's a very good snake.
Okay.
Also, because I need to be able to impose disadvantage on you if you somehow get to hit Sogeg, but I don't think you can.
Okay.
You're a good boy, Pogeg.
Well, its turn.
I just taunt it.
Okay. So it can't quite get to you, so it's just going to have to go for nearest things. So,
Before, when you say who you're going to attack, could you say before like you roll it? 'Cause I might give my reaction.
well, they're both going to be against Scots because for some reason this thing fucking
I
hates
will-
Scots.
I will use my protected reaction, as I will force disadvantage on a creature attacking within 5 feet that isn't the snake.
I mean, it would be at disadvantage anyway
Doesn't it
because it's
already
not
have
attacking you.
disadvantage?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So it'd have to be at disadvantage anyway.
I do it anyway. As Pogeg's a tricksy little snake.
Oh, let's find out. So a 19 and an 11.
Jesus.
We're shooting the 19 hits. But it'd only be 2 piercing damage, so...
Paltry amount.
Go to me.
Yes, to you.
Yeah, 2, and the other one doesn't. So yeah, she just took 2. She's fine. She's doing
Yeah, she's
great.
fine.
She's having a good time.
Yeah.
Q playing queen.
Okay. Zolk.
Zolk, having seen that a spell worked, still hesitant to do so himself.
Surely yours will. Surely.
I don't know how good an idea that is.
Best idea.
I'm just gonna try
Nothing
and
ventured,
flip
nothing
again.
gained.
I mean, would it still have the Catoblepus juice on the axe? don't know how long
You
that
haven't
would
hit
last.
with it, so you, yes, it would.
All right, let's see if this works.
Fucking red cap. You wouldn't be at disadvantage, so it would be the first one.
It's still daytime. It's at disadvantage.
Oh, it's still a daytime because target's in sunlight. Thank you very much. Then yes, that
Very
misses.
noble of you.
I mean, especially because someone threw a light rock at it.
That is true.
For it is actually daylight.
So yeah, that would miss.
Pain.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
You need to find yourself an umbrella. You need a mobile umbrella.
Okay, Scott.
You need factor 500.
Yeah.
You need
All
Bennett's
right, she
sunglasses.
I'll buy some sunglasses.
Large.
Does that work? Wait, they don't exist in ancient Greece. Shit.
Why
Then
did
how does
Bennett have
Bennett
some?
have
Because
some?
Bennett's not. Bennett's a
Oh,
time
it's
traveller.
suspicious.
No. Just
Don't worry about it.
It
Don't ask
just is.
questions.
Just a dude.
Dude.
Suddenly, having been enlarged to a size large creature, watching the lion swipe at Sogeg, Skuts is just going to feel so invigorated.
think
that
it
she
swiped- oh, no,
recklessly
it-
attacks.
It bit Sokek in the ass when he tried to leave, but it's been going hard for you.
Oh yeah, it has.
Rainbow.
We're playing. We're just roughhousing. This is fine. So she roughhouses.
I mean, you can
with
try and
the
tame it if
granny
you
stick.
want.
Oh, can I
It-
tame it with the
well.
granny stick?
Oh god. Okay.
Put it in a headlock next turn. Hold on.
Bop it on the nose. Bad kitty.
Roll a d4 for me. Okay. Because you get bonus damage for being size large.
Ah.
You bop it hard on the nose, and you hear something break inside it. This thing is looking horrified, just beaten and broken, and yet its pelt seems to be in, or it seems to be in one piece. It's just bleeding heavily through its eyes and ears. Its sort of skin just looks fine. It just Anything else, Scots?
Can I use a turn to shout at it and give it a chance to be
You can
a
certainly try.
skin or a pet? All right. She's gonna.
Make an
I
animal.
like your hair. Be my pet or be my new cape.
Make an animal handling check.
This is not gonna go well. Cape it
Consistent.
is.
Okay, it's a 15 hit.
Does a 15 hit? I believe it does. Yeah, I have a 13.
So you take 3 points of slashing damage in response to that.
Okay. Oops. That's fair.
Okay.
Not very intimidating.
Natrin.
I really can't do anything here.
You can try. You can believe. You can have faith in yourself and in Thassa, and she will save you.
Gotta have faith.
If you were ever going to roll less than a 4 on Divine Interventions, now's the time. Or a 9, rather.
I really don't know what to do.
Cast a spell at it.
I'm not going to cast a spell at it.
Why not?
My spell
I've
worked.
seen how badly spells have gone for everyone else, other than Sogeg that one time.
It
Solgeg
depends
can't be the only
entirely
spellcaster
on
that's
what your spell save DC is. Basically, I think you've worked out at this point, if it fails the save, it still gets affected by it, but if it succeeds the save, it bounces it back.
Yeah.
I wonder what its pelt does when we skin it. I wonder.
Who knows? That's if you're able to skin it.
Poking it with a stick isn't skinning it?
Oh, hey, it takes skill. Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2? You can
You say
rip
our
it off
podcast
like it's a
has
freaking
skill leader.
tablecloth.
I'll try it.
Yeah.
I'll
What's the worst that
try
could
a
happen?
Ray of Frost.
Oh,
Okay. That's... okay. You take 5 points of cold damage.
Back at
Nadrin,
my
why would you cast a spell?
normal-
why?
Back at my normal health.
Yes. Is there anything else you'd like to do? You can still move from that if you want to.
I've got like 2 squares of movement left. I'll go there, next to Sogeg.
Okay. That's a good idea. Get close to Sogeg.
He can protect me.
I offer my cape as like a hidey hole if you wish.
I need it.
Actually,
me,
before it's
Nadrin.
Dios's turn, I need to roll a dice. Oh, it's finally going to go for somebody other than Scots. It's going to go for Zolk.
Yeah.
With a 15 to hit.
Oh, no.
That's
This?
going to miss.
Ooh.
I mean, don't you have a 16
oh,
AC?
right, yeah, my AC is 16. Never
Yeah.
mind.
You could just show off if you want.
No, I need that for if it attacks me later.
Okay, Dios.
Hey, run in, pokey poke.
Give it a poke.
My God, you're a fine tactician.
Okay.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So as
yeah.
this thing swipes down onto Zolk, you lean in forward as the heroic leader of this team, the head of this pantheon of champions. You stab it directly down its throat and skewer right down into the depths of its body.
Anyone looking from behind sees the buddy cop weapon doing the same through the back of its head as well.
It wouldn't be able to penetrate through its head.
Okay, fair enough. But it's trying.
It's trying. It definitely hurt it, but yeah, the pelt seems to be a bit strong.
I walk over to the body, pick up Nadrin's dagger that she threw earlier, And I just say, I claim this kill for Heliod, and I will start skinning that mane.
Okay. Is anyone else wanting to attempt this as well?
I mean, I need
I am-
pieces of it for examination.
Dios, you're taking my cape.
I am going to bow deep, as having seen that this is not. This kill was obviously ordained by Mogis. And if he hadn't crit, it was obvious who I was going to say definitely deserves the kill, but he did crit.
I mean,
Yeah.
just the
As I will just
final
bow
hit.
deep low, and I will say this kill is Dios and Skutz's, and I will more look to the rest of the party and say, none of you deserve its reward,
I have a leg.
other than them.
Yeah,
I mean,
just
I'm not
want the
looking
mane.
at it, so you can
Anything,
I'm just sort of posing.
anything after the mane is free real estate. If you want to make jerky out the damn thing, I don't give a shit. I want the mane.
I'm taking it for
And
examination.
everything
though.
else, that's fine.
Okay. Anybody harvesting something from the Fleecebane Lion, make a survival check, please.
Guidance.
Scuts is going to
Oh.
try. Oh, with
Pogeg's
guidance?
Oops.
No.
What is
Oh,
Pogeg's
15.
survival? Survival +2. Survival's wisdom, right? Is it? Is it Dex?
It's
Uh,
wisdom.
Wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah. This is a +2.
Oh, you
So
also try to
15 damage.
harvest something from it.
Pogeg is, not Sogeg.
Okay,
Sogeg
Pogeg.
will not touch this kill.
Well,
Well,
it looks
Pogeg's
like
trying to
Scott's
get a
won. So, he is going to get.
I just needed a leg.
Maybe if you ask us nicely.
Okay. So I'll show that to Scott's as you gain its pelt. It's a full-on, proper Hercules style cape where the top of its mouth goes over the front of your head. You've just about managed to drill a space in for your horn to go through between where its eyes would go, or maybe through one of its own eye sockets. But sure enough, it's enough wrapped around you to cover.
Very nice.
So if-
Seeing Dios look crestfallen and having harvested a proper prize, I will hand it over to him.
That's okay. You're better at it than I am.
So,
might get a
anybody making a survival check other than Zolt for that roll would still get what they're trying to get. It's just that the only one to get the magical one is Scats.
Then I don't
Oh,
care.
so I got the magical. I got his butt.
You've
Magical
basically
butt.
got enough of him in the right parts of him to be able to turn him into the actual fleece mane pelt. Yeah.
Very nice.
Magical. All right, cool.
Looking at Zolk, Pogeg noticing his absolute failure, Pogeg branching his well-deserved paw of a lion. I'm going to walk over to Zolk and say, if you want the paw, you must beat Pogeg in a contest of strength.
Again.
He's
You want
already
the paw?
failed once.
You've got to beat Pogeg.
Can we at
Oh.
least go into the cave and do it in the dark?
I
Do you
will
want to go
accept
into
it
the
on your
cave?
terms. I will accept it on your terms. Oh God,
Oh no, what have I done?
Pogeg does slither into the cave. On that, I will command him. Is that?
I need to make sure all of
What's
you.
in the cave?
Maybe an entire other
What's
map.
about-
Who knows?
It's about to interrupt our manly contest of arms. Well, not manly. I guess this one's more rat snakely.
Well, it does lead in.
That's
Oh.
like,
Shit.
Oh realm, I won't be at
Oh.
disadvantage.
just wrestling.
It's supposed to be dynamic lighting on. That's my bad.
I've already forgotten what it was. Don't worry.
Now it's just pure black, so that's great.
Uh,
Oh, we're at the bottom.
move to
You're
where
at the-
we
yeah,
are.
You're at the bottom.
That helps. All right,
Zol-
arm wrestle.
Did you attempt to wrestle back? You got to be in 9. Come on.
A
You
9
got to be able to be.
on strength, is it?
Yeah.
Come on,
Come
you
on.
can beat a 9.
Not at disadvantage anymore.
Proud of you. As beating Pogeg, I command Pogeg to give over his prize. I'll give over the lion's paw.
Make an animal
Fine.
handling check. See if you can convince him to give it up.
Pogeg obey me, as I hit him on the snoot, as I'm surprisingly bad at animal handling.
Snoop the Snoop.
Is there a reason why you'd have advantage in this?
Ooh, I don't know. No. Well, I can speak to him in his language, but I just had advantage on by accident.
Then no, Pogeg does not give up that leg.
As I attempt to grab it off him, Pogeg, I guess, snaps at Sogeg, and unfortunately Zolks. So Pogeg's proven his worth. It's a harsh world in Mogus land.
Wrestling with one head and just swallowing the leg whole with the other.
I can't stay mad at you, Pogeg. Get back in my pocket. Good boy.
Do you not wear him as like a necklace? I thought you were wearing him as a necklace.
He sort of goes between the two zones, really. If I'm cold, I'll wear him as an extra scarf. But if I want to be imposing, he goes in my pocket.
From that, we will put a pause in today's session on that note. So, let's do the piety and story and loyalty.
Ooh, time to get me dice.
So, for piety, did you show up today? Yes, you did. Well done. Let's have a look at some divine agendas and who was doing their agendas. So, that's going to be a no for Nadrin. That's going to be a yes for Scuts.
Very nice.
That's going to be a yes for Zolk. That's going to be a yes for Sogag. That's going to be a yes for Dios. And that's going to be a no for Bennett. Did you expand your god's influence in the world in a concrete way? I'm going to give that point to Sogag for his manipulation of the red caps.
Yay! The world now has to worry about red cats who are aligned to Mogus.
Oh no.
That's legitimately scary.
Did you diminish the influence of a rival god in a concrete way? I don't think anybody did anything like that. We had no successful divine interventions. Okay, so story points. You get a point for showing up. Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means? Yes, you killed the Fleecebane Lion. Well done. Did you make a significant discovery or unearth some lost history? I will give that point to Dios and Scuts for actually listening to the cat talk. Did you perform a great act of sacrifice or heroism? No. And did you perform a successful Will of the People check? No. So, make sure to check if you've got new piety rewards, or if you've got 10 or more story, you can have 2 epithets active at a time. So
10 or more is a story. Damn.
That would require me having a second epithet. That's fine.
Yeah, you just
Sure,
need to
you'll
do
take
stuff
your
to earn
blood.
it. So
This time.
The
I want to
dice
give
gods
like
don't want me to do anything.
an honorary
dice gods
Mogus
really didn't
divine
want you to
agenda
do anything
Zolk and
today.
Scuts.
yeah,
You
the
bled
dice
a
were
lot.
out for it. The dice were out for you.
Oh, I'm fine. She's
I'm
like
not.
just now getting a bit tired. Like that, she's good.
At least someone's okay.
As for
Never
loyalty,
arm wrestled with Granny.
as for loyalty for Pogeg, the second, he gets 1 point for showing up. It gets 1 point because you fought together. You haven't sacrificed anything for the. Actually, I'll give you a point for that for feeding the leg to him. Did they perform an incredible action? No. Did they remain in good health? Yes. So
Hey, 8 loyalty. Good surrogate Pogeg. I get blinding smite, so rip, Alex.
Yeah, overpower everybody, but that's kind of the point.
We need to find some seagulls. We're in a desperate need to find some seagulls for Nadrin.
So a note
There
on
might be
the fleece mane pelt, it is considered hide armor, so you do actually have to wear it as armor. You wouldn't get your unarmored defense. But
Oh,
but
well,
you'd
then
get the
I would
bonus
definitely give
from
it up.
its
What is
the extra awesome that it does.
willing to give it up if somebody else wants it? Like,
So
What's
okay,
it do?
naked and free, baby, barbarian life. So,
okay. I mean, it's literally just wearing the skin of a dead animal on your back, so you can still have the rest of your bits flopping about in the wind. But so okay, I'll show
I'm
it.
not
I'll
against
show it
it.
to
I'm like,
everybody.
I could
There
draw
you
that.
go.
She'd look good.
All players.
Oh my god.
So
Resistance to fire. Ooh.
so
Pretty
if
good.
anybody wants the fleece mane pelt, make sure to make your case as to why you deserve it. Otherwise, yeah, it's got.
I'm curious as to what it does.
I mean, it should be in your magic items now.
Oh, okay.
Did Scots take that hoplon thing off me earlier?
I thought you kept it for yourself.
No, the fancy clothes then came up and I kept the fancy clothes.
Then yes, you would have.
Oh, if I have the shield, I don't want the cape. Yeah, someone else can definitely take this.
Although I'll
happily
need to go
take
back
it.
and dig up the shield because
Here, I'll give it to Nadrin because it's.
I don't know if Nadrin
it's
can
pretty.
wear hide armor. So
Oh no!
I
Okay, never
have
mind.
proficiency in all armor. I've got medium, light, and heavy
oh
armor
well,
proficiency.
then okay, yes, you can wear hide armor.
There you go. Your
Nadrin.
first land themed piece of armor.
Yay!
Welcome to the surface! Yay!
You essentially just get its ability of spell turning, so it's way worth it.
Well, Squishy
What
needs.
is it? I can't see it anywhere.
So go to items, magical items, and there is the fleece mane pelt.
There it is.
While attuned to this armor, you gain the following ability. Spell Turning. You gain advantage on saving throws against any spell that targets you, or that targets only you, not an area. If your saving throw succeeds and the spell is of 4th level or lower, the spell has no effect on you, and instead targets the caster.
Glorious.
Oh, no. Hold on, I gotta go drop the ban hammer. I gotta go into a rage and recklessly ban.
Someone just got crit.
To be fair, yeah, Ghost was getting all the crits this session as well. So
Could you
As
not
with the-
crit me next session?
yeah, as was the fleece mane pelt,
Could you stop
or
critting?
the fleece mane lion. To be fair,
Oh my word.
it's a good thing we're not doing the crits give you a level of exhaustion, critical injury
Yeah.
thing.
Sogeg might have to have a bit of a nap after that one.
Well, that's if you want to explore this little cave, as it might be difficult for Sogeg to get through it.
I'll champion the
have-
party from away.
We have a Nadrin with Reduce.
It lasts for a
Good,
minute,
actually.
so better get running.
Yeah, it
No,
lasts
that-
for a
that's a
minute,
trap.
and I have
That is-
2 casts of it left, so we've got it for 2 minutes.
It's a trap for Dios getting me in the centre of this bloody maze, then running away.
Yeah.
That is a trap. Sogeg is smarter than that. Or is he? He might not be.
Is he? Is he? Are you sure?
I am doubting that.
I'm scared to roll that. This is how minotaurs get stuck in labyrinths.
I mean, to be fair, you could just break down the walls in the way, but
Yeah, but it's such fine craft work. I wouldn't want to do that. No, I think I'll let Pogeg go in my place.
while you have a sleep, because you need
My
it.
reconnaissance snake.
So, yeah, hopefully that was all right for a session.
Yeah, I was sorry.
Yeah,
Thanks.
enjoyed myself, mate.
I thought so.
Really fun.
Yeah, it was great.
And
Hopefully by hopefully by next week I'll have my voice back properly.
I think a lot of people were sick this week, so you did well enough for showing up in the first place. Considering I think pretty much everybody was sick.
Got a laptop that actually works now. Loves being here.
So
Not just that, I've got the second screen as well.
ooh,
And
playing with the big boys.
And now I have a Stardew Valley addiction as well. So
I was wondering what kind of
it's
games you'd end up
dangerous.
playing now that you have a laptop that can properly run stuff.
yeah, it turns out Stardew Valley.
I mean, that is the classic, isn't it? Anyone gets an amazing computer, it's like Stardew or Minecraft. It's like play Minesweeper.
It's never
I've
ending.
downloaded- I've downloaded Morrowind and Oblivion, and it plays them.
I mean, it
Perfectly.
really should do, considering the age of those.
Yeah, but they still look good.
They're also
Yes.
Bethesda. Oh, are they Bethesda games?
Morrowind.
Yes.
Yeah, Morrowind kind of looks like playing Elder Scrolls with GoldenEye graphics. But yeah, Oblivion still looks good.
It's still a great game.
Well, should you ever want to try the Souls series, I will happily give you my Steam library at some point.
I've got
Some
Dark Souls 2 on the PlayStation. Then I've got Bloodborne on the PlayStation as well.
I have the everything with the everything. Man might be addicted to a series.
Alright, before this conversation goes on too much on the stream, I'm going to wrap up here. And then we'll
I was
continue it
gonna say
after
the same thing.
offline. So, yeah, thanks for everybody for showing up and lurking in the chat. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I'll see everyone tomorrow for the recap session of trying to work out what the fuck epithets you've all learned and what on earth to do for next week.
Sunglasses.
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next Thursday, same time. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow playing something. I don't know what. We'll see. Well, no, no. We're gonna figure out what the hell's up with Subnautica.
Yeah, I've
I'm gonna
told
go
you
out
the
of my way
direction to
plan
go
it.
to now. So,
Yes.
okay.
Everyone, take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
See you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.